I'm live apparently. welcome to Joe's YouTube videos and junk emporium. My name is Joe, and we have Exodium here.
Hi, I'm just here.
And like things, this is it. And this is the whole thing. I have nothing to do tonight. I'm bored out of my friggin' mind. And so I just figured I would hang out with friends and anybody who wants to come and chat-a-doodles with us. So why is my video like I'm auto 480p? Okay, there, it's good. Cool. Just making sure. Jeremy's here. I was looking at the
Mac Effects is here as well.
Hi, Mac Effects. I'm feeling a bit ill. I'm sorry. Yeah, I was looking at the video preview on YouTube, and I'm like, why does it look like I'm shooting my video through a potato? I had it in 480 mode. That's why.
My camera settings got all messed up, so like it was trying to go to my webcam directly, which I helpfully never use because my room is in such a state of disaster on a constant basis.
Yes.
It's like I really should get a green screen at some point.
Like that?
No, worse.
Oh, okay. Got it. Seems like everyone is sick right now. Hi, Mac Effects. DJ Craze, I got 2 computers today for under $20. Dude, I don't care what computers they are. If they're new, that's a steal. If they're old, that's a steal that you can have fun with. So there you go. So I'll get some of the silly, stupid stuff out of the way first. Hi, my name is Joe. This is Joe's Computer Museum on YouTube. I do live streams mostly now. Every once in a while, I do a video, but not too often. What is Joe's Computer Museum about? Well, I fix old computers and I sell nifty items for old computers like blue SCSIs and replacement keyboard encoders and all of that cool stuff. So if you like this video, make sure you hit the like button. If you want to, if you see this and want to become a subscriber to my channel, you can hit the subscribe button, and YouTube will, in theory, also you have to hit that bell. I don't know why YouTube did that, but you got to click all the button doodles, and they'll tell you when I'm streaming and being a weirdo on the camera. Oh my gosh, Adam is here. Hi, Adam. In addition, we also have a Patreon where you can support me, which just helps the funding and stuff to go to like fill these shelves back here. You can go to jcm-1.com, like I said, and get things. You can also find me at Museum Joe at oldbytes.space on the Mastodon, on the Tootmobile, to follow my hijinks over there. And so tonight, I have nothing to do. So we're just hanging out. Ooh, that is a keyboard. That is an Apple IIc keyboard for a non-plus. Hi, Ian. Hi, DJ Craze.
You know, I do realize I have something I should do. I should probably... So, something I got... Well, I'm conflicted on if I should fix it now or fix it when I inevitably get the battery for it. But I'm sure some of you know DOS Dude 1, how he's making SSDs right now for some computers that need ZIF SSDs. And I sent him 2 of my Zunes to try and see if they'll work with those because unlike the iPods, the Zunes pretty much, Microsoft just kind of threw them out there. They didn't catch on, so Microsoft was like, we're just going to forget those exist. And there's no options for them for drive replacements. So I was like, hey, Colin, you want to test out a Zune with your SSD solution? Sure enough, they work perfectly fine.
Yes.
And he left one in one of my Zunes when he sent it to me. But unfortunately, because it's a thinner drive, I kind of hold the Zune and I can feel it rattling around there. So I wanted to take it apart and put like a business card in there or something to kind of hold it in place. But I have to replace the battery at some point too. So I'm like, should I open it and do that, or should I just wait till I get a battery?
Just do it. Just take the plunge. Just like, you know what? How can I put it? First off, we have to give a woot out. Mac Effects, $1.99 Super Sticker. Woot! Thank you. But no December content. Good question. I really don't have a lot to do right now. Like I have things to do, but I don't have most of my things to do are building ass loads of blue scuzzies because I put stock on my store and they go into 2 days. So that's just how that system is. And I want to be absolutely clear as I am every time. I'm eternally grateful for that process, even though it takes a lot of my time. It allows me to buy lots of cool toys to play with. So it's very helpful. Joe Mac84 is here. But so I don't have a lot of time to like play around. But even that said, like I'm mostly caught up with a lot of my background stuff. So I have a lot of things hanging out that are waiting on parts and stuff like that. So there's not a lot to do. What projects do I have to work on that are not like, how can we put it? That are just fun play projects. I've been working on the Amiga A4000, which is in a pile right down there, right here. Right there, because I'm waiting to get some parts for that. I will talk about that a little bit. Hold on, this needs to go here. So this is the chassis for it, and as you can see, it's got some scuffs and stuff. I hyper cleaned this today with magic erasers and alcohol and acetone and stuff because I want to paint that platinum gray. I want to paint it to clean it up. Last few days with that Amiga, I've been dealing with this huge issue. How can I explain it? Let's go all the way back and explain what this Amiga is. So it's an A4000 that I got from Japan. I'm not exactly sure who it was, but I believe it was one of my Twitter followers. Technically, I am on Twitter, but I don't advertise that anymore. And this was also before the Musk-apocalypse. But break ass high. Somebody said, "Hey, there's this A4000 in Japan, and it's like relatively inexpensive." Because they normally go for what, like $3,000 or something like that. They're rare. But this one was, even after shipping, it was only like $1,200. So huge steal. On top of that, not only is it just an A4000, it's an A4000 with a freaking NewTek Video Toaster 4000 in it. And the software in the machine. Also, I also found that it has Lightwave buried somewhere in the hard drive.
So that's why you're trying to back that up so badly.
Bingo! So long story short, you get it, and it's got like this, I don't know, 2 gigabyte, I don't even know the size of it. This old 1 gigabyte, this old Western Digital spinner. And we all know those old Western Digital spinners are freaking rock solid tanks. They just goddamn work. They're not like the old Quantums and Connors and crap that crap out. Those older Caviars are just great. But the problem with them is that they like the spindle bearings, after about 30 years of use, like to remind you that they still exist by going constantly at about 400 decibels. You turn one of those on and you've got like the FBI coming out in front of your house thinking you're like some sort of terrorist or something. So I wanted to make that noise go away, because if anybody doesn't know, I despise noise. White noise, droney noise, repetitive tick, 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 tick noise. I hate it. I can't stand it. It bothers the crap out of me. My furnace is on right now, and the only reason I tolerate that is because it keeps me warm. I hate that thing. I want this thing right here. I want to like launch it out of a cannon into the sun. But anyway, so I wanted to back up this hard drive, not just to back up the hard drive, but also Tetris, but also to replace with compact flash. And I've been effing around with that thing for weeks, at least a couple weeks, a couple hours here, a couple hours there, trying to do the whatever with that stupid friggin' drive. And here's the situation with it. So compact flash devices, like 99.9% of them, do not like to be in slave mode. I apologize for using that term. That's what they call it. They need to be in master mode. You can try to like make them slave mode, but they don't work right. So, and also this machine will only boot to the IDE master drive. It won't boot to a slave drive or whatever. Like if it's got 2 drives and the slave has the OS on it, it won't boot to it. It doesn't matter. That's just the way it is. It boots to the lowest drive on the IDE chain, and that's the end of it. So it's not like I could make the compact flash the master, make the main hard drive slave, and then do a copy. No, that you couldn't do that. So I had to figure out a way to boot this thing up. And I'm not an Amiga expert, so I spent secondary is another term used for that same purpose. Primary and secondary. Thank you, Jeremy's Vintage Hillbilly Shack, for correcting that terminology for me. I don't like using the original terminology. Primary and secondary. So I had to do a lot of research, and I ended up figuring out a way how to make a proper Workbench disk from the Workbench installation that's on the hard drive that I was able to boot. And then I figured, okay, that's fine. I can then make the compact flash the primary and the original ID drive the secondary, boot to this floppy disk, and run. There's literally a single command that you can run that will just clone an Amiga hard drive, because Amigas are kind of awesome that way. They're different. Well, it doesn't. Whatever. It doesn't matter. Ian, we'll just use primary and secondary. So processing. So I boot to that floppy drive, and it will only see the compact flash. And by C, I mean it will only mount the compact flash drive. It won't mount the IDE drive. I don't know why. If I use hard drive, use the HD toolkit tool. HD toolkit will see it. That's cool. Would an old version of Norton Ghost help you? No, I will get to that in a minute. Jeremy's Vintage Hillbilly Shack. Do you have some room for one more maniac in your stream? Yeah, Steve, sure. You want to jump in and hang out? I thought you were in my Discord. But if you're not, I will send you the link if I can see, because I don't have my glasses on right now. Where is Steve? There is Steve. There you go, Steve. I sent you a link, doodle, in the Discord of doodles. So anyway, it wouldn't mount this hard drive. It wouldn't mount the original drive unless it was set to master. Oh my gosh, it's Steve. Hi, Steve.
Hi. I was too lazy to do my own stream, so I'm just going to bother you.
Sure, that's fine. What was it? Last night I dive bombed Justin's stream because he streamed. He started streaming, or he had his schedule before I even decided to do mine. So I'm like, well, I guess I'm not streaming. It's all your fault, Justin. Thank you for streaming.
I'm going to take my glasses off too, so I don't recognize you, and you don't recognize me.
Hi, Blur. It's Blur, and me.
Who's that?
It's like,
that's my new contact photo for you.
I can actually see out of these better.
Ah.
Oh no. See, I accidentally left CD binders at Action Retro Place, and he had to mail them back to me. And there's no shortage of googly eyes in the package that he mailed back to me.
Perfect.
And hello,
you've all turned on your internal gossip. Dana Cybera,
everybody. Hello.
The master of things that never were that but probably should be.
Look, we have a remnant of the crotch waffle.
Crotch waffles.
I did explain that to my wife because she made the mistake of adding me on Twitter, and jokingly like, any ideas for gifts for Steve? And everyone's saying like old laser printers and crap like that, and then that Retro Fox Photoshop is it's like, your friends are weird. I'm like, yeah, what do you do? I'm weird too.
Well, let's be weird together. Remember, all Joe is awesome, and smash that like button. Later, Gators. Bye, Rudy. Thanks for stopping by, sir. Yes, we miss you very much, Rudy. Yeah, this Amiga. What was I talking about?
Something about hard drives.
Yeah. So like it wouldn't recognize it. So I needed to try to figure out some other way to clone this drive.
Sorry, let me.
I don't have any Linux. Well, let me step back. The first thing I was going to do was to use an IDE to USB adapter, but the original IDE drive was too old to work with my adapter. Like, it just didn't like it, so it didn't work. So I didn't have the ability to clone it using like an emulator in Windows because I didn't have an adapter. I didn't have the ability to clone it using DD disk dump from Linux because the adapter didn't work. And I also couldn't, I'm sure that exists on Mac too, DD. I couldn't do it on Mac. Again, adapter. I can't get any modern machine to see the drive. I'm like, okay. And then I thought for a second about my old, like, because like, look at it, Anakin. I've got old machines. I'm like, I can boot Linux to one of these old boxes that has IDE, but I don't have a machine that's new enough to run a newish enough Linux that I don't have to, throw pipe wrenches at it to make it work. That also has an IDE adapter in it. So I didn't have that option. So I'm like, okay, well, let's eliminate variables. Is it the compact flash? Is it the hard drive? Is it the controller on the Amiga? Blah, 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 blah. After a lot of back and forth, I was able to get it. If I attached another standard IDE hard drive that is 6 times larger than the original, but still, it worked. It would see that drive. So I was able to clone the hard drive to another hard drive that's only slightly less noisy.
At least
so that didn't really solve the problem. I mean, it means I have a backup of it now, but whatever. And so at that point, I just started throwing Hail Marys. Well, I've got this second IDE hard drive that's a clone of the first. I can break it. I can screw around with it. If I break the partitions or mess up the formatting, I just blow it clean, reclone it, try it again. So I just started futzing around with settings, and like, it's not auto mounting. So I was researching how auto mounts work in the Amiga operating system. And you can do all this stuff to try to force a disk to auto mount. But long story short, it should have just friggin' worked, right? You get a phone call, Steve?
My wife isn't picking up her text. Responding to me, so I had to bother her through Do Not Disturb, Find My iPhone, whatever the heck it is.
So I used the backup drive, and I was using the HD Toolbox tool, which is the equivalent to HD setup on a Mac or F-Disk on Windows or whatever, to futz around with it. Eric's Edge! Hi, Eric! Long story short, I ended up getting it working by simply renaming the partition name of the hard drive. And then I was able to mount it, and I was able to copy it to compact flash. Now it's fine. Why that mattered, I don't know. I don't know. It didn't like being named HD1, so I had to name it HDB1 or something, and then it was fine. So that's backed up. So that's my story. Yes, that is an Apple IIc on his bench. Yes, Apple IIc running CPAM. I don't know what the A part means, but Applied Engineering's version. I don't know.
Yes.
Yes.
So now I can run all the Zork I want.
Yes. Yeah, and here was Dana's solution. And that's the solution I tried. But my friggin' adapter, I have a USB 3 one, but it doesn't like, the drive was old and it didn't like it. It just wouldn't mount it. As a matter of fact, it continuously broke my both of my USB 3 buses on my computer, even though it was only hooked into one bus.
That's weird.
Your experience with Amiga hard drives matches mine. Yeah, apparently they're really weird and picky about the partition names. But the upside, here's the cool thing, is that you can screw around with the partitions on an Amiga, and it's all right. It's okay. Oh, you want to change the drive letter of this? We can change it on the fly while the operating system is running, and applications that have files open will still know where your crap is. It's all right. Oh, you're booted to a drive named Workbench? Oh, you want to call it Joe is awesome, love him lots? It'll just do it.
That's the best name to all your hard drives. Yeah, just
yes.
So here's my question. I want to sell this 2C with the Z80 CPM card in it. Do you think the person who would be wanting to buy such a thing would be mad if I put this squishy turd in there?
I mean, it's an original part.
Well, this is actually the part that's in it. It's a 4000, so it's got that. But I have this, which is the Alps.
That's yours.
Should I put it in it?
No.
Here's what I would say. I would give them the option
With original keyboard.
Yeah, with original keyboard.
Yeah.
I'm just going to say numbers. These
This
numbers
actually
don't mean
works
anything. With original
really good.
keyboard, $40. With upgraded Alps keyboard that kicks ass, $80. Make him pay more for the extra keyboard and give him the option.
So, Joe, do you want to play a fun game?
Does it involve crotches and waffles?
I'm holding the box over my crotch, but I'm not going to drop it, and hopefully that won't be a repeating
All right,
thing.
do I name my glasses?
No, but you just have to guess what non-Apple related crap I bought on eBay and that I'm currently holding in my hands.
Non-Apple related crap.
No one's going to guess because it's stupid.
Toaster.
No,
It's
but it is an appliance-ish kind of thing.
It's an appliance-ish kind of thing?
Well,
it's a
even the Mac is an
Juicero.
appliance, but I'm sorry?
You bought a Juicero.
No, I don't know what that is.
Oh, okay. It's a scam is what it is, but yeah.
Oh, okay. It is electronic.
Electric sander.
It's not a tool.
Oh.
Which sucks because it's in your crotch. So
Is it a coffee grinder? Coffee grinder.
No. It would normally be found in, well, let's just say your living room or your dining room or your kitchen. I guess it could be. Never mind. That doesn't narrow it down at all.
it is an intelligent wireless speaker of some description.
Not wireless and not a speaker.
You got an old Roku.
Old is good, but the box is brown.
What the box? That's not helpful.
I'll read one
in the
I'll
chat
read one
says
thing off of the box.
crotch juicer.
Crotch juicer. Printer techie, a printer.
Voice assisted operation.
Huh?
Voice assisted operation.
Voice assisted operation.
This is good content, right, Joe?
It's
like
some
a
sort
Amazon
of like
Alexa
clapper-like
thing?
device.
Not a clapper. It is well before Amazon as a company existed. I believe it's from the late 80s.
Janus Siberia, a wood grain flip digit clock radio.
It's probably just as useful as a clock radio these days.
Oh my god, it's an intercom.
Oh, you're very close. You're very, very close. Think along those lines.
An answering machine?
Yeah. Joe got it. You win the answering machine.
No, because I know what's going to happen is you're going to take the cool stuff out of the box and you're going to somehow stuff a freaking silent type in there, and I'm going to have more fucking printers.
How did you know?
Steve, I can see 18 printers behind you right now. How do you mean how do I?
No, those aren't there. No, you can't. It's an answering machine.
Steve actually bought another printer, doesn't want his wife to find out. So he's claiming it's an answering machine.
As if she cares at this point. She's like, he has 1 billion of them. What's one more? Yeah.
Oh, a
So,
banana.
Yeah, this is a weird answering machine. And I doubt I'm going to have any success with it. But ages ago, and I posted this on Twitter or talked about it in one of my streams, so I'm probably repeating myself. But ages ago, when my grandfather passed, we got his old answering machine. And my uncle tried to get the voice message off, and he accidentally erased it. But I'm thinking, a chip may have data on it or something. I don't know if I could dump it. So I bought one to tinker around with, and I'm going to try and erase it and then recover it. And if I break it, I don't care. But it was like $20 on eBay in the box. I'm like, okay, there, I can take my money. It'll give me something to bother Joe with, so I'm gonna tinker with it. But
So it's the same unit?
it's the
as
same
the-
exact unit.
Gotcha.
And don't ask me where the other one is. It's somewhere in the garage. But I found a photo of it, so I know it was the same exact model. Now we'll see if anything's in the box.
Steve, so what happens when you turn on all your printers at the same time?
the power
Is there like does like New Jersey fall off the map? Is
the
that how
power
that
company
happens?
would love that. Ooh, look. New. There's a book too.
Fancy.
I just may or may not have realized I've been muted this entire time and not realized it.
Look how happy he is.
It's like I'm standing on myself. How meta!
I'm hurting my offspring. Ouch. Great, another thing for me to scan.
Oh gosh, what else is going on in Joe's world?
It's so easy. Here's a quick reference guide that's double-sided.
It's so easy. It's easier to program than a VCR.
Oh God.
Oh, what else is going
Ooh,
on?
this unit is shipped with the micro cassette tape installed. Wow.
Ooh.
Saves you a step.
Save me a step. They have this little character all upset, you know. These are great. Dana, I'm scanning this in and you could Photoshop these as to your heart's content.
What is Joe building tonight? That's a good question. I could build something.
Blind.
What does everybody want me to build tonight?
Build another Apple III.
You guys want to hear my little selling an Apple II anecdote?
Sure.
So last night, I think it was last night or it was the night before. Anyway, I put up a
No
2E
sell,
Platinum.
only buy.
Yeah,
Sorry.
I put up a 2E Platinum for sale. Just a 2E Platinum, no disk drives, no nothing. Came with a disk controller and an 80 com card. And some guy is like, "You're never gonna sell that. You gotta sell it. You gotta include a disk drive and discs and a monitor." And so anyway, this thread is going along, and all these people are agreeing and disagreeing. And in the meanwhile, a couple hours later, I'm like, "Okay, I sold this. Bye."
You just leave the thread.
Yeah.
Mute
I always love when
notifications.
that happens.
I mean, there was no negotiating. I mean, I know how to price stuff. The guy just messaged me like, "Hey, is this still available?" "Yep." "Okay, I'll buy it."
You know what's funny is I price things like if I'm trying to sell things to get a bit of money that I really want to have. Generally, I'll price things a little bit higher, anticipating someone's going to try and lowball me on it.
Always.
So they think
always
they're getting a
price
deal, but it's like,
50%.
no, you fell into my trap.
Oh
No,
my
I
gosh,
usually
the barber
assume
here.
there'll be some negotiating, but on the other hand, I always feel bad when I sell like an Apple II for $300 because, I mean, that's the going rate, but I still feel bad because that's not what I pay for them.
Ow! Hit myself in the face with it.
There is some investment in, time retrobriting, cleaning, and repairing and whatever, but $300.
Everything after the Mac SE is lame. Let's see the. Does he really want to see the washer and dryer?
Why?
Because
I've
he's
seen it.
weird,
I've seen it. It's not very exciting.
and the camera's broken right now, so you don't get to see it. So screw you.
I feel bad taking this apart because it's brand new.
I do that all the time.
Adam's like, I don't care.
This
No,
is now
turn
Mac
it on,
85.
take it apart.
Oh gosh, is Steve fixing an answering machine now? Yes.
Yeah, that works.
Yes, he is.
Look, the little tape is even branded. How about that?
Adorable.
And that's the problem. Digital message. That's the problem.
Uh,
Joe, could you record my answering machine message?
Absolutely. I'm the voice of like about 100 different PBX systems in Central Ohio. So you call some random lawyer's office in Columbus, and you hear me. That's why.
So I have to pay a royalty, is what you're saying. You're so popular.
Yes, I charge monies.
Back in the 90s, I used to call radio stations and ask the DJs to record messages for me.
They're like, oh, this guy's calling again.
Be like, you reached Rob and Adam's house. This is poor man. Where's my check? Stuff like that.
Oh, and for Thomas's question, yeah, the stupid Molar logic board is still on my desk. I haven't touched it.
It's busted, dude.
I tried to power it on. It got sad, so I've stopped.
Be sure caps lock is down.
Get down with that caps lock. Yeah.
Yeah.
Power adapter
Steve, fix
stuck.
my Muller Mac. It's stuck. Is taped.
Stuck.
Or did
I
it
have a
like
Muller Mac.
did it like do the whole plastic melty doodle and like stick itself in there?
For the past 35 years.
I have a headless Miller Mac. It works just as good.
Yeah.
Is that Horizon Zero Dawn?
Yes, it is.
Is that the original? Is that one of the newer DLCs?
This is the Frozen Wilds DLC.
Gotcha. I haven't seen. I don't play games myself because I'm bad at them. But
They're against your religion.
no, they're against my ability to like not throw up after 5 minutes. But no,
I'd pay to see that, Joe.
Yeah, you've been in half the streams where we played 3D games, and I had to leave early and go to sleep early.
Joe got tired and vomited. Bye.
Not necessarily in that order either.
Sometimes in the other order.
There it goes. See, I'm going to be all nice, and I'm going to give them all 3 operating systems that run on this computer.
Yeah. DOS and Pro DOS. But no, I was talking about
Brand new discs.
Horizon Zero Dawn. Yeah, I've seen the Let's Plays of the original that came out, and it was such an interesting concept.
It's a game that unfortunately it's only the problem is it came out around really big games, so that it went relatively under the radar. Like Zero Dawn came out, I believe, right before Breath of the Wild did, so it got overshadowed by that and the Switch launching. Then Forbidden West came out around I can't remember what big game came out around the time that it did, but same thing happened, and yeah, it's kind of the tragedy of it. It's a really good game, but
and it also came out around the time that a lot of indie developers really upped their game, and so you had a lot of really solid these small indie games came out that were taking up a lot of people's bandwidth.
Yeah, so it was like it's just there's not a lot of time. Like people don't have the time to go through and play all this stuff, so it's like it went under the radar because it's like Horizon Zero Dawn. I don't know that game. That's from a completely new series. What the heck?
Mm-hmm.
But
Fix it.
What did you do?
I didn't do anything.
It's blinking.
It's blinking. The motor is pulsing.
What?
Yay.
Oh, it's turning on. It's powering on and off over and over and over again because it has a power supply fault.
Yay! Brand new power supply.
Yay.
Recap it. Justin's about right. Yep. That's exactly what it is.
No, it has a quality control check mark on it. So it has to be good.
Why is
Oh,
Aloy
boy.
blinking? Seriously, Zoden, why is Aloy blinking? Or not? Okay.
You're
She's
muted,
blinking
bud.
red. What's with the red blinkies?
It takes after the answering machine. I've infected it.
Joe, can I ask your advice?
Maybe the power strip
Sure.
I've been using
It doesn't
to
mean
test
it'll be
Molar Max
good,
is
but you
just
can ask
broken.
it. I'm sorry, I talked over you, Steve.
No, I talked over you. My bad. I'm sorry.
See this thing?
I see it.
Oh dear.
So this is a 4100 Apple IIc, the second version, which sort of worked. Then I plugged a external drive into it, and it wouldn't boot at all. I used a W drive on the internal bus and a real floppy drive on the external connector, and it wouldn't boot, and it actually made the W drive no longer work.
Mm-hmm.
Now, even with just the original floppy drive back in by itself, it won't start. It won't boot. And it shows gibberish on the screen, and it won't reset fully. Like when you turn it off and back on, the same crud is on the screen, like the CPU is not resetting.
Gotcha. The internal drive, now that you plugged it into the port that broke the W drive, have you tested that? This is just an unrelated question. Have you tested that to see if that internal drive works on something else?
It does. I
Okay,
hooked
so
it to a 2E card, like a Disc 2 controller, and it works. And I also had used a Disc 2 on here on the internal port, which intermittently worked at the beginning, and now it still works on the 2E.
gotcha.
So the only drive that got destroyed was the W drive.
Yeah.
A floppy EMU was also installed at one point.
Well, the W drive is known for being, how can I put it, not quite fully compliant.
Yeah. I shouldn't have used it for
So,
diagnosing, just for using.
yeah. Where was my invite, Joe's? Trina, see, like I send my invite out to my patron.
Yeah, it's on his Discord that you have to pay money to be on.
Trina, is that the link? There's your freaking link. Come on in. But processing data. What was I saying? I was just gonna say, as far as my invites to my streams go, for the most part, I give preferential treatment to my patrons because that's one of the perks you get. Just that's the thing it is. Processing data. Yeah, back to your question. I would say that you probably, I mean, the only thing that really makes sense is the IWM is funky.
Well, that's what I'm thinking. But what's with all the gibberish on the screen? I mean, it's just weird.
Well, the IWM's right on the data bus. So if it's screwing with the data bus, the machine's just going to have garbage. It's not going to run right.
Yeah. The only other anecdote with this is that the 2 DB connectors on the back are ever so slightly rusty, but I don't think that has anything to do with it.
Yeah. Send me the one for Sunday for Dave. Well, I would if I had the one for Sunday for Dave, sir.
He sends that on Twitter usually.
Typically, yeah.
Yeah, what's funny is almost everything on here is socketed except the IWM, so I'll have to.
Of course it is. Yeah. Yeah, the one chip that you may need to replace because it connects to a whole bunch of high voltage, high current crap.
Of course.
Also, the KR9600 is soldered as well.
Yes. Yeah, that would be. I would just yank that chip out entirely and just see if it turns on, see if it comes up. If you turn, because you can always just control reset it to get out of the boot test, and it should just work.
Well, I'm able to still type on it and stuff. I can do a peek and see what ROM version it has, and I can do certain other things. But if I just try to type a basic program, half the time it'll just dump. It'll just be like error.
Yeah.
So it's really odd. I know the CPU is good, and I know the ROM is good. So it's got to be something else.
It's got to be I mean, if it's not booting reliably and it busted a W drive, the only thing those pins connect to is that chip. That the voltage ones.
What's weird about the W drive is it's actually, you can still go through the menu, you can select a disk, you can do all that. It just won't load.
Yeah.
So
let's see if I blow up this one.
There is some corrosion on here, though. I think I might throw this in the cleaner before I start desoldering things.
Yeah, it won't hurt. Won't hurt to do it.
I don't know. I got an Alps keyboard out of it, so. Put that over.
Should I do something December-y?
Get broken.
So that one doesn't work either? You got more than one?
It stays on.
Okay.
But it's not happy.
It's got bad capacitors.
I was going to go get my Pentium 3 out of the storage room and work on that for December, but I realized I don't really know what I'm doing.
So so should I really screw up December and do something OS2 related?
I just want DOS so that I can make TRS-80 disks, which is kind of not the point of DOS. So
I'm going to do both DOS and Mac related. Watch this. Because I'm sorry, but my PCs are all boring. There's nothing interesting about them. They're just friggin' PCs. They're all exactly the same. Well, I got something really cool buried back here.
Time to rip it open.
There's a huge box that Joe sent me that's still sitting here. I haven't even opened it yet.
It's titled Bees.
Should I include this with it when I sell this?
Very long time.
Can I include this adapter?
No.
Yes, I have one of those.
It's an IBM Apple IIc adapter. Very common.
I got to remember how this thing comes apart.
Look, rare.
Actually, I'll
Leave
probably keep this
laws.
on my bench. I'm gonna put this on my bench and give them a real Apple IIc power adapter.
Joe.
What is
Steve,
that
you remember
thing?
how these things come apart? 630 CD?
Yeah, you just drop it on the ground and it's instantly open.
No,
Sure.
that's not.
So
How I
the
do it.
No, I do
I
it.
think I just take this thing off the back and then
yeah, there's
it kinda
the,
slides
the
off.
what do you want to open? The motherboard?
Yeah.
Yeah, the tray just comes out the back.
Oh, that's
Yeah,
right.
it
That's right.
Slides out like a 550.
Two
Ooh,
screws.
look at the circuit.
Ooh, that's the answering machine.
Yeah,
How old is that thing?
from the 80s.
Yeah.
Oh wow. I wonder what the
Oh god, that's a lot of capacitors. Holy cow.
I wonder what the recording ability of that is. Like one AIFF file.
Well, that's I'm curious.
Well, it's recording at like 8 kilohertz moolah, so it's not like that high of a bit rate.
Oh my god, I regret this instantly. I want my $20 back.
That can run DOS. Or in this case, I think I have Windows 98 installed on it. I don't remember exactly.
You have the DOS card on there?
Yep. Uh-huh.
What madman designed this stupid thing?
I was running soft PC on a 2FX trying to get DOS 5 to load so I could read floppy disks from the Apple PC drive.
It has it's got electrolytics on it, but they like look perfectly fine for now.
think it would've-
Yay! Consider
might have
yourself
worked.
lucky.
Oh god. It could have worked, but I fell asleep waiting for it to load.
Joe, could you fix this for me?
Ooh, wait, what? You need let's embiggen you. So solo layout.
Look at all the pretty capacitors.
At least they're all through hole. It's
Oh
easy.
my lord, no. Denied.
It's from the 80s.
Yeah.
They're all good.
Trina's
I mean,
here.
they all look fine.
Trina!
Hey,
Hi, Trina.
Fix
Hello.
it, Trina.
Tom Armstrong says, take the battery out.
Yes. My answer to your plea for help, Steve, would be: I'm sorry, but I do not have time in my repair schedule right now to take on new clients.
The date on here says 81, I think,
It's really early for a digital outbound message.
or 94. I mean, it says 81 and 94. I don't know. I mean, the caps look fine, so I don't know what the hell the problem is.
does it not turn on?
It turns on and stays on.
Oh.
Or with the original power adapter, it turns on and off.
Oh.
Oh,
Exactly.
Does this thing work? Yes.
What thing?
so guess what I'm doing?
Stuff.
Sifting sand to try to find gold.
Kind of. No, I'm well, kind of. I'm testing those laptops.
Ah.
Oh yes.
I'm finally going through the working ones and figuring out what the story is with them.
The other stack of laptops.
Where is
Mhm.
plug? Power plug.
While drinking a Molson Canadian. That is a limited edition Toronto Maple Leafs.
So it's beer that actually has flavor. Got it.
Well, yeah, flavor of losing because it's the Toronto Maple Leafs. But anyway,
Oh,
It's picking up interference.
I have to send this to Garth. I keep forgetting.
Tom.
oh, Jeremy said that his repair schedule is wide open. I think that's for you, Steve.
Let me hurl it in your general direction.
PC.
Steve,
I
you're going to get a
fucking-
box for me soon, so look out for that.
Still
Thank
boots.
Today was my last day of work before New Year.
Oh, and Justin, I'll be sending
Unsupport.
out your power supply tomorrow.
We'll fix that momentarily.
Tomorrow.
Apparently, my video capture card doesn't like this VGA.
You know, used to be $20 would get you an answering machine, a working one.
So we can go here and go to
Steve, here's a hint.
panels, monitors.
Yay! Oh no, now I'm scared. No.
Display?
I'll put it this way: the machine worked, and the first 2 caps I tried to remove on my own, I ripped the pads. So I
Oh,
stopped.
lovely.
Yeah. So I gave up, and it's your job now.
Thanks, Adam.
I can't change the resolution on it. You don't like it. It's 640 by 480. Why don't you pick it up?
It's not happy with you.
Yeah, I can. Yeah,
So I bought this case, right?
Oh,
I had to write it in.
oops.
Look what somebody put on it.
What does that say?
Hope this case finds you well.
Clippy.
So
No.
I made a dumb.
Uh-oh.
I used a DC adapter instead of an AC adapter.
Well, that shouldn't hurt it. If it wanted AC.
Well,
The rectifier in it should have handled it. It should have been.
well, I mean that would explain why maybe it's in a weird boot cycle. So, time to find another adapter.
Womp womp.
But you said it does the boot cycle with the original one as well?
Well, I think the power adapter on the original one, even though it was sealed in the damn box, is broken because this
Okay.
says AC power supply,
There you go. Now you can see it.
AC 9-volt 450 milliamps, and this says DC 9-volt AC adapter.
Oh.
So
Everybody should make stuff like the original Nintendo, where you can plug whatever you want in, any polarity, and it just works.
Unsupported.
Oh, Joe's having as much fun today as I usually do. Good luck, bud.
Really doesn't like me today.
I'm off to dig for power supplies. I'll be back in about 50 hours.
How is 640 by 480 not supported?
It's probably is it set at 60 hertz? Because that's
I don't know what it's set at.
it's probably 67 because it's a Mac.
Yeah, the default would be 67, like a Mac 2 card. Depends on what monitor you plug in. I thought that had sense pins, didn't they?
I'm old school on this baby. I'm pulling out the Hitachi monitor that I've had for a billion years, that to this day still has a better refresh rate than most modern monitors. It's got like a 2 millisecond refresh rate. Back when these things refresh rates used to be 15.
So somebody took this 2CI board and they recapped it, right? And they put tantalum caps on, but they never cleaned off the crud from the old leaky caps. So it continued to eat the traces.
Because they don't know what they're doing.
So then it worked, but then it wouldn't turn on and off reliably. So I put it in the ultrasonic, and now it doesn't work at all.
Oh no.
That's good.
Demand your money back.
I only bought the machine because it had a PowerPC card in it. So I got my money back.
We're breaking it live.
I'll just go in here.
Plugged anything into this in like years. Years, I tell you. I still have the original cable for it.
Oh.
Who's rummaging through the drawers? Oh, that's Steve. Okay.
I'm trying to put this 2CI case back together. It might be me.
It can't be Steve because Steve got himself muted.
Oh,
It's probably me then. Sorry. Does a 2CI cache card need to be recapped?
there's a bear shit in the woods.
Yeah, I had I had to recap mine when I had it.
It's got 2 caps on it. They look leaky.
Hey, Zodium.
Hey, Trina.
So.
What are you playing, by the way?
Horizon Zero Dawn. I have
I have-
nothing better to do with my time right now.
I have no idea what it is. All I know is I saw a hot girl at one point, and I was like, oh, what's he doing over there?
This is my video game. This plugs in here.
How do you lose a whole Mac 2?
Monitor still
I don't
works.
understand.
Last time I used it, it kind
Oh,
of
there it
sort of
is.
needed a recap.
I know how you can lose a Mac 2, Adam. You
Ah.
have too many of them.
Yes.
It's like, where did it go? Somewhere.
I found
It's here
it.
somewhere.
Found it. I should have been able to find it.
There we
It
go.
has my name written on it.
That
Oh,
works.
literally your name written on it?
Yeah, this one's from VCF. It says Adam on it because
Oh, okay.
so everybody knows whose it was while we stashed it behind the table.
Yep, 67.6
Video
hertz.
card. Hertz.
So really interesting story. I sold a laptop. I accepted a offer on eBay from a buyer for a laptop. Didn't get paid Monday. Tuesday, I was flat on my back after getting my 4th COVID shot, but every so often I'd wake up and go, oh, nope, haven't got paid yet. And then Wednesday, I got an email from the buyer saying, I will pay you within 3 to 4 business days.
What?
And I'm like, why the hell did you like make an offer if you can't afford it? So I had somebody yesterday contact me through Facebook Marketplace and said, is it available? And I went, yeah, because, this guy's not paying me for till Tuesday.
Yeah.
So anyway, the person came by tonight to pick it up. Well, they sent somebody else, and I was talking to her and I said, oh, does he collect broken laptops? Hoping I could, pawn off all my broken laptops to him. But they were filming a movie and they just needed a prop
Ah.
because it doesn't even have the screen, but they just needed the back side of it. I'm getting, is it me or am I getting reverb?
There's a little bit of an echo. I'm not sure where it's coming from.
Okay.
It might be me because StreamYard has been really weird about noise cancellation for me.
Oh, okay.
I think it's coming from Zodiac. Here's another
My mic
gem.
is facing away and it should not be catching it, but I guess.
See how shiny it is?
Ooh.
Doesn't work.
That's the one that you ultrasonic.
No, it's another one that I ultrasonic. I have bad luck with these 2CIs. It works on a lot of stuff, but these just need. This one has never been recapped, so it needs it.
So anyway,
Is it
so when
power
she told
supply
me
or a logic board? I missed it.
What?
Was that a logic board or a power supply?
This is a 2CI. I'm sending this to you in your box of goodies.
Me fixie.
This worked, and then it's got worse. I can see corrosion. It's got original caps on it still. And then there's another one that you were
Say no more.
It was recapped, but whoever recapped it, and it worked. But whoever recapped it did not remove the juice from the original caps. So over the time,
Dave's here.
since
Hi,
it
Dave.
still ate the traces.
Hey.
So I'll let you look at them. I'll pay you.
Yay.
Yay. Whenever you want. No rush at all.
Okay.
So when the girl told me they were filming for a movie, I'm like, oh, well, if you need any more parts laptops, like laptops that don't work, let me know. Because I'm like, I got 2 boxes of like laptops that just sit there and don't do anything. What the hell? MD extended partition table error. What
does that mean?
I don't know. Try
It's in this
rebooting.
box. The mystery box over here. Oh, it's a analog board for a Mac 512.
There it goes.
Put that over there with a box with the CRT in it. Good combo. There's a box here with Retro Techie's address on it.
Ooh, show us the address.
I found a Nintendo power cord, Adam. That's the same voltage, but there's a lot of tape around it.
Ah.
And then somebody had a go at the hole.
Oh no.
Oops.
Well, there's nothing wrong with a good goal at the hole.
They also went to the front side too.
Oh,
Would you guys believe that I just moved this Mac 2 and behind it is an Apple IIe I forgot I had
No, I don't believe that at all.
with a duo disc and yeah.
Hey, maybe I did this and I forgot. Who should I see if it blows up, Trina?
Yes, yes.
Steve, what I meant about the Nintendo was that the NES, you can plug in DC or AC, and it doesn't matter which polarity because the rectifiers in there just figure it out and fix it for you because they know that children don't care.
Nice. All right, let's see if this will blow up.
Where's the kaboom? There was supposed to be an earth-shattering kaboom.
Well, no lights, so it didn't.
You were
Come
supposed to provide that for us.
I
Joey.
love Eric's comment. There is a tiny snowfall, so of course my internet connectivity is flaky.
Flaky.
Oh,
How horrible.
Boo! Boo this man.
It's starting to snow here.
Well, I guess this is broken, so I'm going to put it to the side, forget it's broken, and then come back to it in 3 years.
Well, I can't finish that game.
you could always put a piece of tape on it or throw it in e-recycling.
Too late, I already moved it.
It's an apple. Oh, this apple too. Okay. Why?
We were supposed to get a lot of snow on Thursday, but it turned out it just rained here in Toronto. So,
That's what we got. We got a bunch of rain, and I discovered 3 new holes in my attic.
oh no.
Yeah, I went up to look for boxes, and heard drip, 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 and then got out my thermal camera, and I'm like, oh, lovely. And I didn't
Was
need the thermal camera to see what was going on, but yeah,
Was it dripping on anything important?
thankfully not yet.
Okay.
So, just when I have a few pennies to rub together, and it's, oh yeah, you need your roof fixed.
Yeah.
Well, you said you were off work. You should be still working then.
Yeah, I
So
know.
you could be making the money to repair the roof, but no.
Did the mouse survive? He's having a free drink.
I never go anywhere not for work, and now I have so much PTO built up. I have to cash some in, or I won't earn anymore.
That's one of the things I like about where I'm working now is it doesn't, like, there's no rollover limit. So if you don't use it, you can roll it over. I mean, there's a limit of how much you can save up, but it's not like you have to worry about, oh, I gotta use the days before the end of the year or whatever.
Well, I won't lose the days. I just won't earn any more.
Yeah. Okay.
Just
Yeah, but
dumb.
my old place was like you could roll over 5 days, I think, which was stupid. So like, who it's such a small amount, and everyone would just work through the year and not take any days, so they'd be screwed at the end. But
We have to, if we can cash them in. The thing is, they would cash them in for you. You have to do at least 40 hours cash in, but they would only give them to you at 0.75 of your actual rate.
no.
But starting in January, they've bumped it up to 0.9. So I'm like, I'm gonna take 100 hours and dump them in there.
Has anyone seen such a power adapter with such a low milliamp rating? 50.
What?
A
It
global
doesn't have
thing.
any motors, so it doesn't need any rating.
Global Village?
Yeah, I mean, I would use it, but
Reminds me of
this
a
one
modem. What was that modem called?
uses a 450, so I don't want to. 450 to 50 is quite a jump.
Is it how many? Is it 9?
Yeah.
I need to find a 9-volt adapter because I got that. Well, it's right here. I got this Gemini, which is a clone of an Atari,
Oh, nice.
but it uses a 3.5 millimeter, like a headphone style.
Just like the Atari.
Yeah. And I can't figure out. I thought I knew where my Atari was, and now I don't know where it is.
See, I have a Radio Shack brand like 9-volt adapter somewhere, like in the box with just a standard stupid tip on it. And I don't know where the hell it is.
I was watching some guy's video last night where he was testing something, but he had one of those old adapters that had the little slidey, how many volts,
yeah.
and on the end it had that little plus sign thing with like 4 different things plus the 9-volt hanging off. Remember those?
I have all those. I have like 20 of those for like for the car, because when we were kids, we had a Game Boy or Game Gear or whatever, and some genius thought, I'm going to make one of these adapters and it'll fit everything. And it has like the little 4 of them. Then it has a pigtail coming off for the 9-volt, and then there's some miscellaneous tiny one. Yeah.
Yeah. I used to have a bunch of those, and at some point I guess I was like, well, I'm never going to use anything that uses this again, and I chucked it out.
See, that's why you never take it from Steve. That's why you never throw anything out.
Yeah, there you go. the reason. All right, I'm gonna be right back.
Funny is I've been selling stuff all week trying to get rid of stuff, so I have more room to buy more junk.
Like I saw, I think it was this morning on Twitter. I saw your picture of your basement where you could see the washer.
Oh, that was on Discord.
Oh, was it Discord? I thought it was on Twitter. I don't know.
I wouldn't have posted a picture like that on there.
Okay. Oh yeah. So on Discord then.
Yeah, no, it's funny because
Discord.
I never could actually walk all the way from that end to the other end without like stepping over something or whatever. So like you do the laundry machines are split up because of the stupid plumbing down here, and every time you wash a load, you'd have to like do this sort of dance to get all the way over to where the dryer is.
It's not dancing. Just call it exercise.
Yeah. Should open up this W drive and figure out how I ruined it.
Oh, did you get those shelves put up?
No.
Oh.
The time that I had allotted to do that got taken over by a last minute work meeting thing.
Oh no.
So I might try to do it tomorrow. Never opened one of these before.
Or do it on Dave's stream. He always says build or work on something.
Well, that fell apart. I was going to work on my color RGB monitors on Sunday, so I want to get that done before then. I sold one of them for a ridiculous price.
I had to cut this short, but I actually have to get going.
Oh,
No
no.
worries.
See you later, Zodium.
Bye,
I'll see you guys
Zodium.
when I got errands I have to run, unfortunately.
Oh, this
Take
whole
videos so we can see you running.
this whole being an adult thing takes up way too much of your time, Zodium.
Yeah, what's that about?
I know, right? Well, I'll see you guys later.
See ya.
See you around.
Bye.
Wonder if I just blew up a component on this thing or something.
Explode.
I was going to look under a microscope and see if I can see anything.
What is the OS, by the way? Joe?
This is Windows 3.11 for workgroups.
Wow.
That's fancy.
I think we all need, by the way, Eric, more rolling racks. But hey, I sold one of the Mac Pros tonight. Woo! I only got one more to go.
Yay.
Yeah.
Yay! I lost. I can't play anymore. Hint. No. I am the worst at solitaire. Wow.
I play that so much at work while I'm waiting for Windows to update.
Yeah, huh?
Yeah, get the install going, get the update started, and then play solitaire for about 15 minutes. 15, 20 minutes, and then it's time to reboot.
That doesn't look blown up to me.
My coworker today said, well, about 15 minutes I'm leaving. I'm like, but it's only going on 3 o'clock. She's like, yeah, I'm leaving at 3 o'clock. I'm like, oh, okay. So just shortly before she left, I went over and checked. I'm like, do we have any tickets to work on, like for people? And he's like, no. So I went to my boss and I'm like, is it okay if I leave? Because seriously, it's just me back there. And he's like, yeah, go. So I left about 3:15. I sat around and talked to some people, and then I'm like, you know what? I'm going home.
Buck up, mama, because I ain't coming home.
Well, I had to
coming home. That one.
I had to come home because I had to ship off a MacBook, black MacBook, 2006 to Garth.
Cool.
who bought it from me because he has a project, but I won't say anything more than that he wants it for.
I don't see anything blown up on here, so I guess I just need to
Yeah,
buy
looks
another
good.
one. It doesn't work.
Oh, well, it looks good.
This is the W drive that got destroyed after I was testing my Junkyard 2C. I was hoping, because it still turns on and it displays, but it doesn't actually load a disk. I was just hoping there was just like one of these little tiny caps or resistors was blown up, but I don't see it. They don't look like they are.
Could it be something wrong with the flash media?
Yeah, done with that.
No, I swapped that out. That still works. It works in a different machine too.
Okay. Oh, thanks, Eric.
Here, let's talk. Let's connect to an exchange server or a work group post office, as they called it.
All right. I can tell this was hand soldered.
Control panel.
Looks like they had all of the stuff sprinkled on it. That's SM, and then they hand soldered the through hole stuff.
Yeah, it's pretty typical. You run the all the SMT stuff through the automatic machine, and then you hand solder the through holes.
Yeah. Well, I can use this OLED little screen for something else, I guess.
Here's hoping I'll get the package before I leave for Halifax on Friday.
Halifax.
Yeah.
What's going
What's
on in
there?
Halifax?
Well, that's where I'm originally from.
Oh,
Yeah.
well, then that makes total sense.
Yeah. So I'm flying down Tuesday, either 6 or 6:30. So I'm going to leave work around 3, head out to the airport, and catch my flight down home and see mom and dad for Christmas, and then fly back on Monday night.
Fun.
And then I have Tuesday off, so that gives me like a day just to kind of veg out at home before I got to go back to work on Wednesday for 3 days.
Apparently, I just rebooted the whole machine accidentally. Oops.
So I just bought last week a fairly expensive video card for the Apple II because I thought it would make it easier to sell my monitor. And then I ended up selling the monitor to somebody who didn't want the card because he's doing something totally off the wall with the monitor. Actually using one of Joe's adapters. So doing something kind of goofy. But now I have an extra video card I didn't need that I spent $200 for.
Oh no.
Oh well.
What video card is it, Adam?
The Apple IIe RGB card. It's like
And what
this.
does it do?
See this? It makes digital RGB out on a DB15 that works with an M100 monitor.
I don't know if I have that monitor.
I would doubt it.
I think you need that card though for $200.
No, thank you.
I'll just hang on to it because invariably I'll run into another screen and then I'll not have the monitor for it anymore.
Well, you know what I don't have? I need 9-volt power supplies.
No, you don't have any sense when it comes to collecting printers.
No, Joe, tell me something I don't know.
Oh, something you don't know. I actually like challenges like that. I have to think of one.
I kept stacking up all of my Apple printers that were in boxes, not really thinking about it, until suddenly in the living room there were 8 Apple printers, all in the original boxes.
I will be right back.
Took them away after 6 months, and then the wife was like, "What is all this space? How did we get all this space?" I took away the 8 printers that were there.
It's tight back here. Why is that turning? That shouldn't turn.
I'm not going to say the joke.
Anyone have an Apple II overlay card they want to sell?
Ooh, an
Ian.
Apple Super Lake.
No, I don't have one of those for sale. How about a Apple II ROM card? Here you go. It's got no ROMs in it.
I have plenty of weird cards, all for PCs. I could call one an Apple II overlay card and sell it to you, Ian, but I don't think that's gonna work for you.
Apple II overlay cards are neat. It's kind of like lets you input NTSC video and then overlay graphics on top of it.
Okay.
Sort of like
It's kind of like a video toaster, but
but lower
or a
res.
gen locker. Yeah.
Yeah, but it's neat, but there's not a lot of them, so they're rare, so they go for a lot of money.
Ah, it likes that adapter. There we go. Just had to
What are you
change the
doing?
adapter. It didn't like the default settings of this whatever.
Oh yeah, I had these ones that were made by E-Machines back when they were a monitor company and not a PC clone company,
There you go.
and they were all labeled like 640 by 480 at how many hertz. There was like 10 of them, and they were perfect because you could just plug the
So,
single res one in.
switching is command return. Is grumpy. There he goes.
What'd you boot that off of?
Unsupport.
What'd you boot that off of?
What?
Did you boot that off a compact flash card?
Yeah.
Oh, there it
It
goes.
Yep. Yay!
What is that? 3.1?
Windows 3.1, baby.
I used to
Well,
use that at
3.1.
work.
3.11. Because that was
When
the
I worked
worker.
at Epson, we actually had that on our desk for our system, like to tickets and whatever. And then, but I was a supervisor of the Mac support group, and we all had Macs on our desk too, so we could do Mac things. But our network guy would not let us hook them to the network because he said that Macs were too talky.
Too talky.
Yeah, he says Apple Talk would ruin the network.
Is this the same guy who installed NetBEUI instead of TCP/IP?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Apple Talk was the problem. Mm-hmm.
Uh-huh.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, this
Here,
is the guy.
let me broadcast
This is
everything
the guy who's
because we have no IP addresses.
His input
Sorry.
into our network card that we had it being developed for the aux slot on all the current printers we had back then was that nobody's ever going to need anything other than ThinNet or 10BASE-T. So they just used a cheap off-the-shelf chip, and those printers now, if you try to hook them into anything that's not old and dumb, it doesn't know how to negotiate speed because of that ThinNet garbage on there.
Mm.
Anyway, we made our own network, and then we were playing Marathon against
It doesn't
each other.
like the video mode. It doesn't like the text video mode. It didn't like the text video mode of my regular DOS PC either. I don't know why.
I don't know what mode it is, but it's probably different than whatever Windows is doing.
640 by 200 or some dumb mode, basically.
Yeah, and it doesn't
Effectively. Yeah.
going through the Mac hardware. It's like, what?
Yeah.
Can you run just DOS on that?
Yeah, I'm running DOS now. Boop.
Okay, so just we can't see it, but you can.
Yeah.
Okay.
December. Technically, I win.
Yeah, I asked Ron if I could go on his thing about DOS games and talk about DOS 3.3 for Apple games, and he said, no, go away.
I really need a better VGA capture.
I gotta get in. When is that stream supposed to take place tomorrow?
I don't remember. I think it was around 8.
Okay, because I gotta get in contact with them and go, am I still on for the stream?
What
The
stream
talk-
are you talking about?
Ron's stream where he's talking DOS stuff.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll probably watch that. He invited me to go on it, but I don't have anything to add because I don't really know anything about DOS.
I have a whole book here on DOS behind me. Hold on. You can look at the Dell testing the hard drive behind me.
Okay.
Ooh.
Somebody on eBay is trying to sell an Apple II, but it's an Apple II Plus with an Apple IIe lid on it.
Okay.
And somebody on the Apple II group is like, Apple IIe Plus. I'm like, no, I kind of want to buy it because I have
tried.
the correct lid. I'll fix it.
If Adam just said in reference to an Apple II object, if I have the correct lid. We all realize the absurdity of this and the fact that he actually does have this correct lid. We all know it is true.
See, here's my
Oh,
DOS book.
Wait a minute.
Encyclopedia 2?
Yeah.
Where's
look at-
Encyclopedia Uno?
I think just Uno.
Joe? Say,
Yep, told you.
it's just really dirty.
Magic eraser and some paint will fix it.
Yeah. See, it
Look,
doesn't say. It doesn't say
old enough.
two, Joe.
This is old enough Apple II lid that it actually is painted.
Yes. Encyclopedia. Yeah, so, but where's Encyclopedia Uno and Trace?
So this
That's the
monstrosity. Look at
Get
that
it?
monstrosity.
I get it now. Yeah. I'm gonna have to learn this because a friend of mine is wintering in Mexico, and they want me to go down. And so I said, okay, let's aim for the end of February, so I can get some money saved up after Christmas.
Hopefully you weren't hanging out there too long, Dave.
Oh, only a couple minutes. So
I wasn't paying any
I
attention.
I've got a cluster of cats around me here and trying to get things moved all around. And how you guys doing?
Good, how are you?
How are you?
Better than a cluster of capacitor.
Look, I have an Apple II serving tray. I'll serve you some snacks on the Apple II serving tray.
Oh, nice.
Ooh.
I can't stand like this for very long. This hurts.
I can't fit in my own room.
So yeah.
Okay.
Well, thanks for the invite, Joe.
What?
I said thanks for the invite, sir.
You're welcome.
Yes, thank you for the invite. Even though I had to beg for it, but
You gotta be on the Discord.
well, I gotta come the new year. I'm gonna be subscribing to several Patreons. Dave, Joe's. I don't know if Adam has one.
I do not, and I will not.
Okay. Well then, guess what? I don't have to subscribe. I think Eric has
All right.
a Patreon.
Just
Problem
give more
solved.
money to everybody else.
Okay.
Yeah, see, that's the thing. I'm very weird about how I support people on Patreon because I have my own Patreon and then they feel like they got to support me back. And then we end up just passing the same dollar back and forth and we only
Yeah.
basically neither of us get any money and Patreon gets like 55% of not that money. So it doesn't all we're doing is paying them to exist.
Right?
So really we're not supporting each other. We're just helping Patreon keep the light bills on. We pay their light bill.
Yep, that's right. There you go.
I'm weird about that.
Well, it's better than some organizations out there. So
This is true.
Yep.
All right. So far, I've got 3 logic boards to send to
Emerald
Steve.
Pine. Anyway.
Steve, are you there?
Yes.
When I send you these 2 CI boards, do I the RAM that's on them?
I'm sorry, say that again.
The 2 CI boards I'm going to send you for recap. Do you need me to leave the RAM on?
It would prevent me from further breaking any plastic clips.
Well, they're metal, but I'll go ahead and leave them on.
Oh, it's up to you then. If they're metal.
Okay. I don't need them. I think they're all ones anyway.
To this day, this is still my best 15-inch LCD monitor. It is an absolutely beautiful monitor.
What brand is that, Joe?
This is it's a Hitachi.
Hitachi?
Dates from about 2002. I don't remember what it was, but I think I spent something like $400 for the damn thing back then. And still, like, I've had other monitors, other much newer 15-inch monitors, 17s, wide screens, and this monitor still just looks. The viewing angle is as good as my brand new as my Asus 22 inches here that I use that are only a couple years old. And the thing's from 2002. I overpaid for that damn thing, but my God, it is a beautiful, beautiful monitor.
Well, that's why it's expensive.
I got 20-inch CRT. You want me to bring that over, Joe?
No. Look at all the space I don't have.
I
How
know.
many
It's in
times I
there.
gotta tell you?
I know. I've
How
been
big?
there.
Try
How
to get
big
rid
is
of
the-
printers and give them to Steve, but he won't take them. If you can get Steve to take the printer, I'll take your monitor.
I'll take the monitor instead of the printer.
It's
So
a
you wanna-
20. You said a 22-inch else or
It's either a 19 or a 20-inch raster ops LCD or CRT. Sorry.
I'll take it.
I once had a
Yeah, I'll lob it to New Jersey.
I once had a 22
Careful.
or 23-inch CRT,
Oh my lord.
and the back on it was just massive.
It's like 20 miles long and it weighs like
Yeah.
400 pounds.
Oh, it
You
was.
need like
it
an
was a
interesting.
beast.
You need like an intricate cabling system to install it on the desk, and the desk has to be like some sort of weird ISO rating in order to hold it.
Yeah, we had years ago when we worked at Costco. My wife and me, we bought the biggest. I think it was Mitsubishi flat screen tube TV. It was like 42-inch. Oh my God, that thing! Take 2 men and a boy to lift that thing. But I tell you what, the picture was killer on it. It was awesome. So I wound up giving it to my youngest son about 5 years ago. He just picks it up, no problem. You know, because
Well, you lifted all the heavy stuff out of it.
yeah, apparently, yeah.
There's something to be said about a high quality CRT. They're just the color reproduction is insanely good.
Yeah.
So,
Joe,
Well, I'm going
if
to be looking. Oh, sorry.
if I spam pictures of random chips from this answering machine onto your Discord, do you think somebody will be cool enough to tell me which one might house some data?
I mean, you can do it if you want to. I mean, I'm not going to stop.
I'll do it anyway. So there.
I doesn't mean anybody there is going to know anything about it, but you can go ahead and do it. I mean, that doesn't mean I'm not going to ban you for like spamming my Discord like I had to ban Logan when he got his account hacked, but you know, whatever.
Well, I noticed it, but you were asleep like a silly person.
Yeah, I know.
Sleeping. What are you doing sleeping?
What am I doing awake?
No.
An equally good, valid question.
Yes.
So how you doing on all those laptops, Trina?
Well, I'm actually starting to make some headway into them.
Good.
I'm starting to go through the ones that I know work, and kind of find out like what the actual, beyond turning on, what the deal is with them. Like I had an HP that I just finished, Roxana's HP, because it still has her name on it.
Roxanne! Sorry.
No, close, but this one is Roxana.
Roxanne.
And I couldn't get the sticker off before I took the photo, so I just literally took a blue marker and took out her phone number. But I was all excited because it had like 8 gigs of memory.
You're muted, Adam.
But I had
There
to
you
Just
take
having fun. I don't want to make noise and interrupt.
Oh,
I had to take out the
Pre-trained.
keyboard because
nice.
so all I did was boot these things up, make sure they turned on. But as I found out tonight, the keyboard on it had a repeating key, or 2 or 3. The keyboard didn't work, and so I had to take the keyboard out so I could use the external, like an external keyboard with it. So I was a little disappointed because I was like, great, I actually have a computer I can put Windows 10 back on and sell, but nope. So I'm getting through them. I've gotten through 5 of them so far. One has a bad screen, so I got to get that connected to an external monitor, which I'm going to be looking at after Christmas. Buying myself a. I want to get a monitor that I can connect to a mount for here on my table / workbench. But I want all 3 ports on it: VGA, HDMI, and DVI, so that I can, if I need to change the cables.
You'll probably have trouble finding all those on there, but at least you could like have HDMI adapters or whatever.
Oh, I can. You'd be surprised. Marketplace still has them.
Oh, you're
Marketplace.
secondhand. Okay, I'm sorry.
Yeah. I'm not looking new.
If you were closer, I would send you. I've got a couple 24-inch HPs in a storage room that are actually brand new.
Well, there's no reason you can't send them to me.
Adam, you have my address.
Merry Christmas.
It's funny is if you guys want like LCD monitors, I end up throwing away more than I keep, so I'll grab more. Okay.
Okay.
Oh,
Yeah, because I don't need the,
Best brand.
I don't need the base or anything. I just literally because I want to connect it to like an arm.
And what's
So
funny is it's
just
even
get it
easier
off
for me
the
to get
desk.
ones without the base because we pull them off the arms and then we can't reuse them for anything, so they just throw it away.
Oh,
Does anybody
Yeah.
need any Apple IIe motherboards?
You don't have
Steve?
enough of those.
Got a couple.
Steve?
Yes.
Yeah. What? Yes.
oh no! I kept going, Steve. I'm trying to get him to say yes.
Oh,
All right,
I
there you
don't.
go.
I don't know, Adam. Will I need one?
I spammed your thing, Joe. There you go.
No,
Spam.
you don't need that.
Okay, good.
Spam. Da, 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 da.
No, you'll need some adhesive and maybe a hammer or a prying tool. You'll see. You'll see tomorrow.
Oh, God. Okay. Well, I have plenty of that, so that's not a problem.
Okay, and the thing
More
that,
glue.
I'm
thing
not
that Eric
surprised
sent
you have.
is related. Is, I think you know that.
I'm surprised you don't have plenty of. I'm surprised that you have. I'm not surprised that you have plenty of hammers, Dave. 'Cause I mean, what do you use to club those poor old ladies? I figured it was hammers or baseball bats or clubs of some kind.
Stuff. Single
got
sided.
a thing.
Well, sometimes I just use old laptops. Whack. Yeah, that gets the job done.
Hey,
There you
hey,
go.
listen! I got
There's a
2
PC
boxes
thing.
of them. I got 2 boxes of them, Dave. Come,
Oh,
I can
what's
ship
that?
them to you.
This is a USB to DE9 serial. I'm gonna build my Naboo serial cable with that.
nice.
Naboo.
Naboo.
Oh,
Yo, I
speaking
figured
of-
it out by myself.
What?
Yay!
What did you figure out?
I figured out the chip that holds the recording.
Oh, okay.
Google help you
First-
on that.
The first one I took a picture of.
So, Steve, what is Santa Claus going to bring you this Christmas?
A bunch of crummy old broken laser printers.
Well,
I got 100 bucks. Do you want it?
I made a suggestion on his wife's post that he needs a pony.
Yes, and then she told me this evening, you have a lot of weird friends that just keep responding in silly joke things. I'm like, well, what do you expect?
Hey, Joe. Joe, you like my fake Apple IIc monitor?
I love it. It's beautiful.
Got
What
lots
the hell
of-
mount is that from? What is that? Is it like mount some for some like medical monitor?
It's just a $12 Chinese whatever off Amazon.
Ah.
LCD monitor stand.
Huh.
Model number wow.
Hey, it works.
Yep. Model
Yeah.
number.
What's funny is this little 10-inch LCD has BNC composite, but it also has 2 HDMI ports and a VGA
That's cool.
and speakers.
Oh,
Nice.
Eric actually made an honest suggestion: a vegan of the month club.
Yeah.
I'm too fat. I'll just eat anything. So sure.
And apparently including other vegans, because I don't know what this vegan of the month club is, but
Do I have to like go visit these people, or will they just send me food? I'm only interested in the latter.
Oh, look, I have a monitor that Joe gave me.
unless you go to visit the people
Oh,
and then they
nice.
give you food.
I'm
Oh,
too lazy for that.
okay.
That requires
You just-
effort.
You just want the food dropped off.
Drop off.
Put it in my pie hole.
There you go.
And
Or that, or bacon of the month club. Oh,
That's the club I want to be
Sign-
in.
sign me
Bacon
up
of
for
the
that
month.
one.
I'm down with that
Oh,
one.
no.
Yeah.
I once was at my old job. Like they didn't do like gifts or anything, but there was some raffle thing, and of all the prizes, that's what I won. And I'm like, I can't use this.
What, bacon of the month club?
It was some like meat club or like sausage or pepperoni or something. Like
Nice.
like can I
Send it over
can I
here.
just have like a PTO day or something instead?
A PTO of the month club. There you go.
There you go. Ooh, this chip here has up to 2 pieces of 256 kilobytes of memory, or 2 pieces of 1 megabyte. Wow.
Hmm.
I want 1 piece of 4 megabyte.
Can I have a pizza?
Yeah, now you get them hungry. Yeah.
It's made out of RAM chips.
I guess, see, now I made an assumption that I could dump information from this chip, but that it might not be the type that let me do it.
No, it's got to be. It's plugged in.
Oh, that's what I can suggest to your wife to get you, Steve. And it's a legitimate suggestion. It's a desktop power thingy.
Oh,
Bruce has one.
Power thingy.
Bench power supply. Yeah.
I
Bench
do-
power supply. Yeah.
I do have one on my list,
I swear.
Okay.
This camera.
and they're inexpensive. It's one of those things that's like, oh, I should order one of those, and I don't do it.
I actually have one on my rework station. I have it's from 5 to 12 volts, and I've used a couple. It's a handy little thing to
Freaking
have.
camera. Anyway.
And to answer Tom Leach's question, no, you're not the only one who orders parts for a project and loses them by the time you get ready to work on the project. That is my life. I came downstairs. Poor Mr. McIntosh gave me his logic board to replace components on. I ordered this weird voltage regulator. It's in a little envelope somewhere around this area, and I have no idea where the heck I put it. And I feel terrible because that's the thing I need to start working on. Damn it. It's somewhere. We'll find it.
Steve.
I need 1 resistor to fix my Mac 512, and I can't find the one I ordered.
Yes, Joe.
I feel your pain. We are one and the same.
Yay.
Well, and Adam, the solution to that problem is order your resistors 5,000 at a time. It's harder to lose a box of resistors than it is a resistor.
Yeah, I know, but it was like one weird value I didn't think I'd ever need for anything else, and then I was ordering other stuff, so I threw that on there. And I fixed the other thing, and then I forgot about the resistor, and it sort of floated away. So next time I order parts, I'll get one. It's just the keyboard won't work without that resistor, so it's kind of important.
Bonjour, Francois.
Francois, bonjour.
It's 4 a.m. in France.
Wow.
Good thing I'm not there.
Wow, Joe, you're popular. You got people from France.
Yes, Francois drops by a lot.
So let me ask you a general question, Joe, which you may or may not know. So this chip is described as a single chip CMOS. Is that something that I'd be able to dump data from or no?
Single chip CMOS. Well, CMOS is one of those terms that was incorrectly used a lot. So
awesome.
that by itself means absolutely nothing.
Well, it says this is a single chip CMOS LSI.
CMOS, yeah, again. CMOS means complementary metal oxide semiconductor.
Oh,
and LSI means large scale integration. So neither of those things have anything to do with the function of the device.
Well,
it's just buzzwords for salespeople. So what's the? I mean, it might be a ROM chip, but it might not be. So like,
well, it says dynamic RAM used for voice memory, 4 pins for control, bit rate 16K, on CPU control, recording playback, block editing can be operated on CPU control, 2 kinds of bit rates, method for refresh DRAM, single 5-volt power supply, 28-pin small outline package. That's all it says.
Gotcha. So the next question is, does that device have battery in it normally?
Not that I could see.
Okay.
But it's supposed to be plugged into the wall forever.
Yeah, the chip you're describing sounds just like a standard memory chip that's going to lose its memory when you unplug it.
Oh, fan-freaking-tastic.
So that may just be a buffer that's used for the processing to do the thing. It might not be where your actual data is stored.
Excellent. Well, it does say it has dynamic memory for storing voice data. So I would be curious as to why they would have more than one chip on here to do that, but sillier things are possible.
Because it was the 80s and they did things like dumbs.
Well, there's a bunch of lines going to another chip. Let's see what this thing is. NEC.
We're Flintstone kids.
I love what Tom Leach said. It's only a CMOS chip if it's from the CMOS region of France. Otherwise, it's just a sparkling semiconductor.
Ha! I love it. If you can't travel to the CMOS region of France, store-bought's okay.
Francois, where is the CMOS region of France?
Northeast near Picardy.
Picardy.
Ooh, this one is an integrated circuit. Yeah, that helps.
You really have to kind of read into the datasheet to get an idea of what it does.
Yeah. I mean, if only I had a damn power supply, I could test if I unplug this stupid thing, if it, retained its memory. I mean, there's a big honking capacitor on here, so I would assume for a period of time afterwards it might retain it. But the one that I'm trying to rescue has been turned off and unplugged for the 15 years. So there goes that idea.
Yeah, it's hard to say if it'll remember anything when it loses power.
That eBay seller said it was new in box. It was broken in box.
All right, I'm not really paying attention. I'll look.
No, Joe.
I'll do my Joe thing.
No.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
No!
Jeremy says that he has one for you. I don't know one of what, but he has
Probably
one
a
for you,
power.
Steve.
I probably have one just staring at my damn face, and I wouldn't even know it.
Well, this is why you get bins and you label them, Steve, and then put the labels facing out. So
You
can
don't want to know how
read
many
them.
bins I have.
I know, but they're not labeled.
Oh, they are labeled.
NEC.
They're just not labeled with the things I need.
4260.
Now you go to Garth's labs, he has everything all labeled. He has his microphone labeled,
I
he has
have.
his
Right?
pencil labeled.
I have a feeling Garth has a lot more free time than I do.
So I got laughed at work today.
Uh-oh.
I
Did you
was
punch him in the face afterwards?
Hey.
well, no, because it was in good jest. Because Justin last night was looking for an DVD optical drive, but an IDE for his DOS setup.
Oh yeah.
So I said, I think it was Geek with Social Skills, but don't quote me on that. Said that he was going to send him one. But he only had one to send. So I said, well, I'll check and see if we have any at work kicking around. And then when I checked with one of my bosses, he just replied back. He's like, what do you think this is, 1990? And I'm like, kind of.
More like 2,000.
So,
none of that is
but he said, unfortunately, no, we don't have any. We don't have any kicking around. But apparently, somewhere in the hospital, there is still a Pentium 2 running Windows 95 because they need it for one specific application.
Oh, I don't doubt that.
Yeah.
My old high school had an Apple II just to run a CNC machine or whatever wood shop cutting thingamajig it was. And that was the only system they could get to talk to. Because I went in like, ooh, Apple.
Garth is retired, is he not, Dave?
Yes, correct. Yes.
Yeah, okay. Jeremy was just asking, isn't
I
Garth
can't
retired?
even find that last picture, Steve.
That's excellent.
The fact that it has a -60L makes me think that it is a ROM of some description.
Yeah, I was going to assume it was some sort of memory or ROM because of the speed on it, but
Yeah. Yay.
if only you get a damn power adapter to, do something.
I saw pictures on Mastodon and Twitter. John, big bad biologist, he's doing some remodeling on his house, and boy, he's got a nice mess. He's got all the way down to the studs.
Well, I'll have to check out Twitter tomorrow morning when I'm.
Yeah, he did. Actually, he did a YouTube short on a couple of them. So yeah.
Okay.
Let's test the voltage coming out of the power supply. See if that's actually the problem or not.
Did you guys see this?
No.
What is it?
That's a very good question, Trina. I don't know.
It's Steve Mac 84, the king of printers. He's throwing out printers.
Dude, I want to sell that Apple cod piece as a part.
Who?
Hey, Adam, can you hold
who
it up again?
photoshopped that?
I think. Well,
Somebody on
RetroFox
Twitter-
sent it. I don't know if they
Yeah.
photoshopped it or what, but
Adam, can you hold it up again real quick? I thought I
Yeah.
saw something on there.
Or for the reflection, it's hard to
Oh, I'm mistaken. I thought there was a waffle maker off to the side. Of there.
that's what Eric thought. He
Should
thought
be.
the cod piece would need to be waffled.
So yes, Jeremy, I plan on going to VCF Midwest next year.
This power supply reads 212 nanofarads.
If this picture was real, though, there would be at least
not
one wide image writer one in there.
Yeah,
Well,
there you
at
go.
least I'm assuming those are each of the revisions of the image writer too. You know, A, B, and C.
Well, there are actually 4 white ones.
Damn it!
So the MC14021 is a shift register.
Shift register.
The 74259 is a buffer of some description.
Oh, I have to get something. I'll be right back.
Oh,
that's a-
I'm
that's a-
gonna grab my other multimeter. I'll be right back.
That's
Yes.
a great caption for that photo. It says Snow. Francois said Snow White is coming. That picture of Steve. That's great.
The CM8870PI is a dual tone multi-frequency receiver. The other chip is a TI and it says phone mate, so it probably has something to do with something like that. 48C37TT. What the hell's
Somebody-
going on?
I don't know. I hear ambulances and phones ringing.
Oh, yeah, that's. I don't know. It's in Sutter Creek. They've been doing it the last 3-4 nights. I don't know what they're doing. They just. I don't know if they're testing stuff or what. Hey, you know how it is in a small town.
Hey, RetroFox, that is great photoshopping skills you have.
That's awesome, Retro Fox.
Ah, got it.
That's hilarious.
Oh, now RetroFox is here. Take responsibility for their actions.
Have a good night, Thomas.
Good night,
Bye,
Thomas.
Thomas.
Night, Tom. Excuse me, Smirk.
I'm pretty sure the CSM11190AN is the processor.
Ooh, okay.
So
It's
how do I?
actually the same processor that's used as the ADB processor in a Macintosh, just with different programming on it.
Huh. Well,
It's a
the power adapter seems to work, so then it's the stupid capacitors on the damn thing.
So
But they all look fine.
RetroFox, if you want to tweet me a copy of that photo, at
No, you
Trina's
don't need
Techno
to. You don't need to do that.
I want a copy of this photo.
It's on the Twitters already.
But
Yeah, but
Trina,
I haven't been on Twitter all day.
No,
So
that's not my fault.
what? So you can do evil stuff with it?
I'm not gonna. No, I hands to God, I'm not gonna do anything evil to it.
Something in me doesn't trust that. Call it a hunch. RetroFox has a unique ability of having a lot of nice photos of me because he's taking them on his camera at VCF events and stuff. So like, I'm smiling and I'm like, yeah, you know.
But yeah,
Unlike some of the
RetroFox.
Photoshop people do for my live streams where my face is like, you know, I'm blurred and everything.
Thanks, RetroFox. It's
I'll
Trina's
give it to
Technobabble.
you.
It's Trina's Technobabble on Twitter. So
don't you already have the body pillow?
Mac 84 body pillows starting at $99.
Dude.
What a bargain.
What a no. It's just like 5
Hey, I'm
image
gonna
writers
head out.
connected together.
Yes, I'm gonna head out right now and buy one.
Yeah.
Oh,
Only
by
one-
the way, RetroFox said that was one of your live stream picks.
Yeah, all right, that's even better then. I supplied my own fuel to the fire.
Steve, can we buy that picture as an NFT?
Only $99. You can get poorly photoshopped versions of me.
Sweet.
Every time I see Frank pop up, all I can think of is Frank Burns from MASH.
Did
And
you guys
nobody
know
else.
that power supplies work better if they're plugged into the motherboard?
No,
That's-
that's
yes.
optional.
And also plugged into a power supply as well.
Toshiba.
Well, this is turned into fixing the damn answering machine I bought new in box. Yay!
Ah.
This power supply doesn't even work.
At least if it falls in your lap, it won't hurt.
Well, if it's plugged in to electricity, that might change.
Oh! Can we see
What?
that?
No.
That sounds complicated.
That chip,
Uh-huh.
the first chip, that's the
Oh.
processor.
The Toshiba's a processor?
Yes.
Okay.
And so that last chip is the memory.
And let me guess, it doesn't save it when power goes bye-bye.
Oh,
I'm
look at
guessing
that.
It probably doesn't.
Eric just posted the image to Ron's Discord.
Oh, isn't that great?
Oh, and I now have it saved. Beautiful.
I mean, I appreciate the padding of the cod piece, but I have more questions than I'd like to have.
Isn't
It'll
it
be
a
fine.
bit high to be the cod piece?
I
More
mean,
looks like your belly button.
sure, let's go with that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, I have got to get this printed off as a
Spread the
poster.
love per Eric. There you go. Yeah.
Holy crap! They're actually like removable headers on this thing, so I could actually unsandwich it.
Hmm.
Not expecting that.
Yeah. See, here's the data sheet that shows how it works.
Oh, look at you being
It's its
fancy.
own independent thing, and it has its own memory.
Okay.
And that tiny little CPU, the telemate or the phone mate chip, is the brain box, but this handles all of the braining for the actual voice side.
Why don't you make yourself big, Joe, so we can all see?
Yeah.
Because I'm really busy looking at the top of Adam's bald head.
Well, you can look at the top of mine. It's better.
Love you,
here's,
Adam. I really do.
here's the bump I had
Yeah.
from hitting my head on the attic yesterday.
Oh boy. Thanks.
Oh,
Ooh, that's fancy looking.
This doesn't work at all.
So which chip is that, Joe?
So this is where all the brains are. That first one.
Oh, okay. The
And so you can
35.
see it's got control lines here for doing things, and
Oh.
and here's the RAM that it talks to save the recordings right here.
And so the RAM would be a separate chip or
Correct.
built into it?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. So this is that the last. Yeah. This is that thing.
And
So
so
we already,
on this board, which is a fairly simple design, it looks
Mhm.
like most of this is where that chip is. If you look at my fingers, like video thing with me, hi. So here's where that chip is on the other side, and then all
Yes.
of these traces go to that little guy.
yes. So that little guy in the back, that's your memory.
Oh, okay.
I can't find a data sheet on it, so I don't know what that pinout is. So you'd have to do a lot of manual work to try to figure that out.
Well, I should have talked to you before I took one of these apart and wasted $20.
There you go. And that memory might be an old school NVRAM chip, so it may store stuff, but
Hmm.
it may not. I don't know.
I like those odds.
oh, so Eric, I am going to make that happen for the next VCF.
That's this one. Everybody's curious.
Don't I have a say in this?
No,
God damn it.
remember what your wife said. You have some weird friends.
Yes.
Yeah. So,
I mean-
haha.
I defended you all, and I'm not doing that again.
I resemble that, Mark.
Yeah. Right? Yeah.
I mean,
I'm gonna
I look like I could lift a lot of CRTs, so at least I got that going for me.
So apparently, Retro Fox was saying it was a model of Apocalypse from X-Men, and there was a big A where the Apple logo went. So
Well, the A would have been very fitting.
Ooh, oh, I didn't mean to do that. I wanted to do.
yeah, I'm gonna make it a bit one of those big round old buttons that we used to get
I
like
mean,
back in the
if
80s.
I see one of those printed out as a body pillow, I don't think we could talk.
No, a button, not a body pillow, a button.
Okay. I'm just saying there are lines that people don't cross.
I'm gonna put it as a button though. You'll be fine. Oh,
But the button's gonna
interesting.
be
This
like
is Mac
this
84. He's my
Oh,
wife.
God. Eric goes, I think a poster above the
Above the
table would be
table.
Unsubscribe,
fitting.
Joe. Unsubscribe.
Now we need a big LCD screen with that on it, with like lasers coming out of his eyes.
But yeah, we should make it a body, just one body pillow, and then send it to his wife.
No, she would throw it in the trash. She has to look at
Yeah.
me in person all day.
Still
You
worth
want
it.
that.
Still worth it.
Yeah, I want a live video of the unboxing of it. That's all I'm saying.
She'll be like, "That's nice," in the trash it goes.
Ooh, yeah.
That's
Well,
a
I'm gonna print up a bunch of buttons, so we'll just hand them out at BCF, Eric.
How much do I have to bribe you to not do that?
Oh, what do I really need? Oh, remember that monitor?
Printers! More printers! Oh, wait.
No, this is for me. Remember that monitor with the arm? That's what I could use.
Monitor
Ah.
with the arm.
Yeah, I want to get a monitor with all 3 inputs and an arm.
You didn't specify if it was working, so deal.
Damn.
Does anybody want an Apple II GS that doesn't work?
Just put in my pile.
Define doesn't work.
Joe would like it.
You get video momentarily, and then it all gets sort of garbled. I can't really show you because,
It gets garbled.
Doesn't-
Yeah.
yeah.
What
Um,
worries me is when
Does it
Adam
seem to function underneath?
Can you point a camera at it, Adam?
Like, if you
Maybe.
boot it, let it get garbled, then hit Control G, does it still make the bell noise?
I don't know. Let me try that. Give me a minute.
soldering iron time.
I have 5 of them.
Might
here,
just be
so
the
I gotta
VGC.
figure out which one.
That said, Javier's got a 2GS that has a busted keyboard controller.
Well, I still have
Um,
spare boards that are battery bombed if there's certain chips you need.
Yeah.
Um,
Shoot Javier a message, he'll tell you. I don't remember
Okay.
exactly what he wants, but
let me plug a keyboard into this.
Does anybody really know what Javier wants?
I know the power supply is good because it works in the other one.
yeah, Javier's got a big box he needs to send
Oh,
to do
wow.
some project
Okay.
stuff. So.
I did
Oh,
find
I
this
might
was
as well do
broken,
that.
so
Okay.
Message him up.
I'm scared because I'm not reading the chat.
uh-oh.
I'm chat because I'm not reading the scared. Oh, wait.
Hilarious.
Joe funny.
Justin says he's a glutton for punishment.
As long as it's not at his expense.
Where did that
Price
say?
check, good or bad. I have to put my hand on the mouse. I have to click on the thing, and I have to copy and paste it.
Oh, how
Do I get
horrible.
watch hours if I watch my own video?
Sure,
Yeah.
why not?
Sure.
I can't see one.
$30 for
Oh, there it
an
is.
original Apple dot matrix image writer.
If it works and it's not shredded,
I mean, the shipping is more than the item.
Sure.
yeah, I know.
The shipping is $35. I mean, look, if you want one, I don't know why, unless you have the same sickness that I do. The on-off button is broken. It does have the data cable with it, but it's also an original image writer. An image writer 2, on the other hand, is a wee bit faster and it could do color. So, I mean, unless you have some weird sickness like I do, I would pass on that.
I already have 3 image writer ones, and I don't use any of them.
So what he's saying is he's trying to get you to pass for it because he wants to buy it.
No,
Yeah.
I already have. I don't know. Let's just say I don't know how many I have. I think I only have 3. I hope it's only 3.
My question is, if that so let's do the inverse, Steve. If that eBay auction sells, will you have one less?
I am not the seller.
Okay.
I wish I was.
Hey, Joe, when I turn this on, I took my earphone off so I could hear it.
Yeah,
It actually makes like a fart noise.
makes a fart noise.
Here, see if you can hear this. And that's not doing it.
I swear I heard it. I swear I heard it bing when you turned it on.
No, that was a different machine.
Oh, okay. Well, never mind.
Making sure the power supply was good, so I popped it into another TGS.
Gotcha.
Like when you first turn it on, you get just like just for a second, you can see the Apple TGS like boot screen, like where it says like ROM 1.
Yeah.
But then after you turn it off and back on, it won't do it again until you plug it back in.
It's reeking to
cap?
me of bad RAM.
Yeah, RAM.
I mean, that's really rare in a GS, but I've seen it.
Maybe somebody could put snot under something.
Snot.
Very snotty.
I wonder if this cap could be bad.
Cap on the board?
Yeah, there's 2 medium-sized caps on here. I had one of them go bad once, and it made it do weird stuff.
Well, yeah, if it's shortened the power and ground rail, because it's just a decoupling cap, like if it's for some reason it's shortened to ground, or like partially shorting to ground, and we're acting like a big fat resistor, it's pulling the voltage of the system down to like 4.3 volts, then the machine doesn't have enough juice to like get going. It could be. I mean, and it's also, they're just decoupling caps. Just literally just cut it out of the board and see what happens. It's no big deal to just throw
a
it
little
out.
row of 5 caps right by the power connector. I think you're right.
Who wants to guess how many capacitors this stupid answering machine has?
Yeah, it's
17.
27,
Higher.
36,
Lower.
32.
Yeah, it's about that. Uh,
Well, that's not too bad. I can get 500 buttons made for $339 Canadian.
damn it, Trina.
So,
I'm just looking.
So, Steve, what brand is this answering machine?
Broken.
It is a fantastic phone mate 8410.
Oh. And might I ask what possessed you to acquire it?
No. Yeah.
Okay.
Long story short, my grandfather had one of these. He recorded a memorable voice message on it. My uncle accidentally erased it. And so my hope was if I got one of these, figured out how to work and how to dump the memory, and if the other one still had the contents of the memory, then maybe I could reverse engineer it and try and get the data off of it. But that's looking less likely, and this thing was new in the box and it's not happy. So who knows how the other one is. But
Okay. All right. Well, now it makes sense. All right.
there is a little, I guess, a potentiometer on here, but I don't know what that would do.
Adjust the clock frequency.
We could
Adjust
have
the motor
smart-
speed. Any number of things. So interesting little fact: the sockets that I got from PE connectors had some problems taking solder on the pins, and so I soaked them overnight in vinegar, and now they work fine.
Cool.
So, Adam, next time you need to go solder together a blue pill, soak it in vinegar overnight.
Okay. I soaked an Apple II Plus board in vinegar overnight, and it actually made the thing just work. It was amazing.
Yep.
Now that's
Awesome.
interesting because I was doing
Well,
some
I-
reading when I think it was during Dave's live stream or Garth's. I can't remember. Anyway, and he was talking about putting vinegar in his ultrasonic cleaner and trying that. But I said everything I was reading was going, don't do that with electronics.
Yeah. Yeah, one, it's not good for the inside of the ultrasonic cleaner because reasons. But two, also, it makes a fine mist of like vapor. And so basically your entire house will smell like a frickin' Italian sausage factory.
Yeah, it already smelled bad enough just
Hey,
sitting
don't
there
knock it
out
till
of
you
it.
try it, Joe. Come on.
Hey, bada boom, bada bing. You got to
Like
try
it
it,
was
Joe.
like that scene when Kramer and Newman are making sausages.
It's like, I mean, you've had the old school coffee maker and you have to descale it with vinegar. And you know what
Yeah.
that makes your house smell like. Just multiply that by about 10.
Okay.
That sounds
but
awesome.
but you can put electronics in vinegar then.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
I mean, you don't want to do it for insanely long periods of time because it's an acid. It does eat the metal.
Yeah.
The
Oh,
idea
it's
is that it's going to preferentially attack certain metals first.
Okay.
It's just a
Using
slight
the
nibbling.
whole anodic blah blah blah. There's some science behind it. But yeah,
Science.
it just seems like science. Oh.
Let's see what happens when I plug it in again for no reason.
Where go adapters?
Oh, the label got all messed up. How the hell
Oh.
that
Oh,
happened?
I think that just voided your warranty.
That was the only cool thing about this. Is it was in good condition. I just messed it up.
Uh-oh. I just tried to plug the power cord into air.
I think it's time
Yeah.
for bed.
That doesn't. That's usually a sign. Adam, go to bed.
Air is not a good conductor of
I didn't even
electricity
open
unless
my
it's like
beer
over
yet.
30,000 volts.
And you haven't even opened your beer, and you're trying to plug it into your. Oh dear God! Don't open the beer.
But Trina, beer makes things work better.
This
Oh,
board is
I know,
nice.
I
love the
had
board
Beer on
label.
here, it'll work.
I had one tonight.
Oh, there you go.
A limited edition, by the way.
Ooh.
Ooh.
I just got a work email because I accidentally left my work email open.
Close it.
And
Close it.
now it's closed.
I think I know how to fix this.
Crisis
That's
averted.
okay.
Take this
That's-
out and put one that works in.
Yeah, that works. I installed Teams for work on my phone, and I came home and I was like, okay, I got an hour before I got a customer coming, so I'll curl up and take a nap. About half an hour in, my team started messaging. I'm like, what the hell is work doing messaging me? Because anyway, we made a boo boo when we did a deployment. So
Oopsie doodle.
yeah, we didn't get a laptop back we were supposed to.
So that big cap
Oh,
reads okay. So what the hell?
it's one of the other 32.
Maybe it's just
Ooh.
both power adapters I tried are garbage.
Oh.
That
Eric,
sounds really good.
Do you have the original unit?
Eric
Some-
needs to ship this to me immediately.
I was gonna say, Eric, recall my package you sent me and put some of that in there with it.
Wait,
Oh,
if I
nice,
just plug a
Eric.
9-volt battery into this, would it power it or no?
Yes, I have to buy some
Probably.
eggnog tomorrow from coming home from work tomorrow. So be
Joe's
replenished.
probably is all the proof I need.
Might not have enough milliamps, but it should work.
Dude, the power adapter is rated for 50 milliamps. I have more milliamps in my
No, no,
freaking
no.
tongue.
This one is 450. This one is 450.
450.
Oh.
That probably
Dude.
might work.
A 9-volt battery can easily supply a couple of amps of power.
I'll be right back.
Yeah.
I mean, for
Just
not
fill
very
the battery
long, but
quickly.
it can do it.
Ow!
Yeah, it'll deplete pretty fast.
Ooh,
So what you do-
that
Oh, yeah.
sounds really good.
Little
Is you have a whole
fireball
bunch
into
put together
eggnog
together.
ice cream. Oh yeah, yeah.
hmm
I actually have 9-volt batteries and know where they are for the first time in like years. Come out.
I have a 9-volt battery. It's called the $65 bench power supply over here.
My
Go
old
back.
meter uses a 9-volt, and then we have some
Don't chew my headphones or snake.
smoke alarms that use them too. This one's dusty. Yeah. Oh, there it is.
You guys ever try to solder a 90 whatever pin, 92 pin freaking PDS slot connector?
Yeah. Yes, I did that on the SE board, the red SE board from MacFX.
Sucks, doesn't it?
I will never do that again.
I take that as a yes then.
Yeah, I actually have a second one of those boards, and if I ever build it, I'm not going to put that connector on. It's just too... Putting the RAM on is enough of a nightmare.
This is the 5th one of these I've done, so.
I'm scared. I found the thing I was looking for.
Maybe I can send it to
Uh-oh.
Joe and he can do it for me.
Oh my gosh. It's the end of the world.
Repent!
Cats and dogs living together. Steve found something in his basement.
Fireball eggnog ice cream float. That sounds
Yeah, I know,
tasty.
right?
That sounds really good. How are your sugars
Cheesecake
doing,
was-
by the way, these days, Eric? Mine have been up, but that's because every day we go into work for the past week, they've been like going, "Oh, there's more sweets next door."
What?
Yeah, we get a lot of patients that bring us stuff
Yeah,
during the Thanksgiving, Christmas, and the New Year. Yeah.
Okay, I
The
won't
upside,
ask.
the upside of
Lots
working
of
where you do,
snacks.
Trina, is if you go hyperglycemic, they can treat you right there. So.
Yeah, well, yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Like, I don't need to worry about like, oh, my sugars are high or low or
Just walk down the hall and be like, so nurse, can you have one of the docs prescribe me a pen? Just like as an emergency treatment.
well, that's the best part because it's all the units that are sending us the food,
Units.
I'm gonna assume
like
this is center
pediatrics
positive
and
because
stuff like
it's not
that.
a
Yeah.
Sony.
Moon unit Zappa.
Look, I'm running the 2GS test on the Quadra 700. You see that? Okay.
I see that. I didn't
Adam
know
is
you
a
could do
silly,
that.
silly man.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just Obia trickery.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So,
that's
trickery. There you go.
I totally can, Justin, because that's the great part about having Canadian healthcare. We use eggnog ice cream as emergency treatment here.
Good way to bribe you too.
Right. Well, Justin's like, can you have one of the docs prescribe me eggnog ice cream as an emergency treatment? We sure can.
In fact, it's in our constitution.
Right.
All our hospitals have at least
Oh,
one six-pack of beer in their
Canada.
pharmacy.
Free healthcare with ice cream.
I'm serious.
Well, you got to keep those docs happy, you know.
No,
Right?
It's for people who are detoxing off booze. Sometimes the only thing that will fix them is to give them a can of beer.
Okay, Trina, you want to see something to blow up?
Yeah.
Reasonable hard disk size for Windows 3.1.
1
couple
gig.
hundred megabytes. Like, it's really not a thing.
Can we make Steve big so we can watch him blow up?
I have to solder these things back together first.
Okay.
Sorry,
Never
Trina.
mind.
Didn't mean to get your hopes up.
No, it's okay because I gotta wipe a drive, so this is good. I can
You have to wipe your what?
wipe a
your
drive,
mouse,
a hard drive.
I'm not judging.
I am not focused on that. There we go. That's better. 504 megs, like two gigs. Honestly, 2 gigs is starting to get too big because then you're dealing with like trying to still partition it because FAT16's got size limitations and you can't really get. You could, in theory, make Windows 3.1 work on FAT32 if you somehow installed DOS 7, but tricked Windows 3.1 to use it. And yeah, I would.
Joe, that sounds like a lot of painful memories.
Yeah.
You're speaking from painful experiences.
More like theoretical. I was never crazy enough to actually try such stupid things. So I'm like reaching back into the old Windows and DOS manual that is my
Oh, hey,
brain.
Mimi, how you doing?
I think this is great that this is a live stream, so we can go back and we actually have it on record that Joe said I wasn't that crazy. So there was a point where he wasn't crazy.
Ages ago, in ancient Greece.
Yeah, like that video. I laughed when I started watching that video of yours from like 4 years ago because you're like, "Hi, my name is Joe." Like really professional. I'm like, this is not the videos he's putting out today.
That's not the Joe I know.
Right?
That was just when I had started taking my happy medication. So I was still like the old personality, but just not hindered by anxiety. Yeah.
Well, we like you.
And now I'm just like, I don't care. If you don't like me, that's a you problem.
We prefer you this way, Joe.
Thank you.
I solved that one. I just wrote bad on it and I put it on the bottom of the shelf.
That's a load-bearing Apple II.
Yeah, that's a problem
Yeah.
for future Adam.
System good. It actually had a bad case, so I just decided to put the good board that I had from the bad case into this one with the bad board and the good case.
Yeah, I wouldn't go less than 100 megabytes either, but
So I'm going to ask an absolutely stupid question.
Yes.
So this is a Micromac. This is a clone Micromac Thunder for Color Classic and SE and all that stuff, or whatever it works on. LC Color Classic, yeah. So I forgot even what I was going to say. Never mind.
Problemo time.
Yeah.
I have 160 gigabytes.
Say that again, Trina.
Yeah, English is fun.
Oh no, it's spreading.
I have a 160 gigabyte hard drive here. If you really want, Eric, for Windows 3.1,
Yeah.
you'd be partitioning that thing out the wazoo.
Who wants to buy
Format
this Apple II?
C:/Q.
One Apple II for sale.
Beep.
Put it over here in the pile.
I have these dumb PK cell batteries, which are apparently crap. So if it blows up, I don't care.
1, 2, 3. I have 4 Apple II GSs now that work.
Hold on, I might actually have a.
Ah,
Are you looking for a desktop or a laptop sized hard drive, Eric?
All right, here we go. Oops.
Oh, hang on, I can't leave yet.
What happened?
I'm gonna plug the 9-volt battery into the thing.
And we're gonna see if
did you get the
something.
polarity correct?
Yeah. Hey, it turns on,
Told you.
Hey, woo.
Fancy.
but it stays on in like a weird loop,
Oh,
and it doesn't turn off, just like it did with the DC power adapter.
I
that's
think
obnoxious.
I think you have a dead answering
But
machine.
You just have a dead. That's the answer.
I
Yeah,
English is goodly.
Ow.
I can't brain today. I have the dumb.
Yeah.
Well, I made a dumb by plugging in the wrong thing, but it seems like it just does the same thing. So
I remember my question now.
Okay.
Micromac Thunder. So this is the weirdest board. So it's got this socket here, which is where the PAL chip goes because it does some special timing stuff. Then it's got this extra socket that doesn't connect to anything. It's just in there. It also has, in theory, a space for a 68020. Does anybody happen to know if this thing originally in box came with like 2 different PALs that you could swap the positions?
Joe, I have a
Make it work with one or the other CPU or something?
factory real one.
Yeah.
And it's the same.
Like, what's the point of it? Why is this here? It doesn't connect to
to
anything.
make you confused.
It's just a socket hole. It's sockets. It's a socket. It doesn't do anything. Look, it doesn't connect to anything.
Somebody has surplus of parts.
Stuff goes by that socket, but it doesn't actually touch it. It's really
Yeah, it's
weird.
just there.
Well, if you want something that doesn't make sense, AOL Canada, America Online Canada.
Uh-huh.
And
If you like America and stupid things, then you should subscribe to us.
I still have. Here's the floppy disk for it that I have. I was just going through my bin of odd and sod parts, and I found the floppy for AOL Canada. It's 500 hours for free, or 540 hours for free.
I think you should try it, Trina.
Oh,
Yeah.
540 hours, right? Because they have to adjust for metric hours from the
Metric hours.
I used to take
also-
notes and erase them for free floppies.
Joe, that's a new shirt for you. Metric hours.
Metric
Metric.
hours. I
Well,
also found this
He has a
Seagate.
lot of shirts to make. Yeah.
That's built.
If anybody
Alright,
needs a
time to build
4
another one.
gigabyte, if anybody needs a 4 gigabyte IDE hard drive, let me know.
I mean, that's expensive, Trina. I mean, you just giving that stuff away?
Man. Smirky. Come
Hey,
on, don't
I
Joe.
don't even know if it still
This is
works,
what?
to be honest.
This board is a 4-layer board. Maybe that JIT socket connects internally somewhere.
That's the part
Oh,
you don't tell them.
So it's very interesting you mentioned that. So you and I are we're gonna have a little exploration of this board.
'Cause it looks like there's just ground and power on the inner two layers, right?
It sounds
So
like work.
I'm gonna go here and go in here and go into. Yeah, we'll do that one.
Okay, that's my
So-
too. Huh?
Yeah,
If you look on my
G, B, and
screen-
2.
I have the Gerbers for it.
Yeah.
So we'll just dig in. We'll just dig in. I'll show you. So we're gonna just kind of that's zoom.
Take a ride with Joe.
I don't need these layers. So
I'm
you
going to be
look-
right back, Joe.
So that's okay. So that's layer 1. Nothing connects
Yeah.
to those.
Right.
And so we do layer 2. Nothing connects to those. Those are the only 2 layers that actually matter.
Right. And then there's just the ground and the power, right?
Yeah, so if we look at the ground and the power, they're connected. But that's it. It's just a socket.
Maybe jumper 1 had something to do with it. Does jumper 1 connect to any of that? See that JP1?
No. What that does, this has to do with the clock, where the clock comes from.
Oh, okay.
So that goes up to that there.
Because mine has an empty oscillator spot that says CLK, but there's nothing in it.
Yeah. Right. And by default, they don't. In
Okay.
theory, I think the idea was that you could, in theory, put a faster 68030 in it and an updated PAL to change the timing division. So you
I
could
just don't
maybe
get
put
why
like 50 megahertz in it or something. I don't know.
also don't get why the FPU runs at 16 megahertz. Usually on an 030 system, the FPU runs at the same speed as the processor.
It's when you look at the clock pin right here.
Yeah.
Well, it's hard to see on this, but we'll do.
Is it pulling it off of the
It's
host?
yeah. Actually, I passed right by it. Hold on, I'm selecting the ground plane. It takes 50 years because on these Gerbers, it's a whole bunch of traces because they designed it wrong. Well, they designed it in the 90s. What do you expect? So yeah, so here's the clock line. I've actually looked into this because I'm like, can we overclock this? So here's the clock line for the FPU. And if you look right here, it just goes straight over to the side. It goes straight over. From the logic board. It also comes over here and goes into the chip. And then if you look at this, on the other side of it is this one here. Not this one. This one. This is the clock that actually goes to this, which jumps across with that resistor. It jumps across down to there and then up to this. And when you follow it up here, it's the clock for the CPU. So what's happening is the PAL, whatever, is effectively being used as a phase lock loop, or it's receiving a couple different timing signals, and it's doubling the clock speed.
Okay, that makes sense. I was going to say, I don't know if they ever
So-
made a 8881 that was faster than 20 megahertz. Did they ever make a 32 megahertz part of that? I don't think they did.
I don't think so. And
That's
the cool
probably
thing
why
is
they
like the
stuck with that.
881 and the 882 are the same damn chip. They're like identical. It's just the 882's got like a couple of erratic fixes.
Leave her alone. Leave her
So
alone. Leave her alone.
my version takes the 68882. So
Okay.
by my version I mean Mac Effects.
Oh, is that the one that you're doing for Mac Effects?
What's funny is I bought this card and I was all excited because you never see them, and then like it's the day I bought it, you're like, oh wait,
Yeah. We're solving that problem.
yeah. Well, yours doesn't have the cool sticker that mine has. It says 32 megahertz upgrade that they stuck over the 03033.
I mean, I'm sure we can like make a sticker for it.
I also have the fan that goes with it, which is
So
why I
what-
bought it.
It sticks out the back.
See my little sticker?
Yes.
Ooh, cool.
Mine has that too.
So what machines does this work in, Joe?
LC2 Color Classic, and there might be one or two other weird side computers that would theoretically work in.
Like the
Anything that
550.
uses the LC PDS slot.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't even know where I put that little fan.
I might have to get one to jam in my LC. Yeah.
The only thing is, if you put this in, you can't use a 2E card or an Ethernet card or anything else.
Correct.
Right, because that populates the whole thing. Yeah.
Kind of limits it.
So these are these prototypes that I built. I'm going to be selling as one-offs, just to get rid of them because I don't need them. But only a little bit after MacFX has announced his, so that I don't steal his sales. Just because they're laying around here now. Like, I spent the time and effort to get boards to design them, so I want to get them back out into the community.
Someone's
basically
house is
just gonna
on
sell them
fire,
at cost.
or there's a medical emergency.
That's Dave's neighborhood.
Oh,
Yeah.
it's
Joe,
yeah.
is that a ceramic 030 on there, or what package is it?
Well, it'll take any 030. It doesn't matter. But like,
So it's just a pin down
Yeah.
connector.
yeah, it's just pins. So you can throw in any 030 you want. And the FPU uses the FPGA, or I'm sorry, the PLCC socket. So you can use
Okay.
any PLCC and throw it in there.
And mine has the pin down 6881 style.
Yeah, I've got the very first one I built from parts that Mark sent me. Yeah, has the ceramic chip in there.
Cool.
Trina's back, and who left?
Steve.
Steve.
Steve left and like came back. What happened?
I pushed the wrong
There
button.
he
I'm
is.
an idiot.
Oh,
I hate when I do that.
I fell in the toilet.
Hey, Tom Leach in the chat is wanting to know if we've ever seen Action Retro doing stupid things to upgrade his Molar Mac.
Yes, I saw it in person.
Steve was there.
Yeah.
Steve was held hostage.
Well, I one time stepped on the power strip and turned off his whole exhibit with one step.
Oh
Yeah,
shit.
don't worry, he did that 5 times also.
Yeah.
So interesting, with that global village power adapter that's only 50 milliamps, the thing will turn on and the tape mechanism actually moves. It doesn't do that with the other power supply.
That's
Oh,
Does
Like-
it work?
huh?
ooh, yay!
Sounds like it's
Well-
working.
Does the cassette have to be in for it to operate?
Well, I took it out because it was jammed. So I think it's like trying to. It says to record a message, connect adapter, and wait for the tape to reset. So it's probably trying to rewind it. So let me put it back in. If it lets me.
Steve, do you have an original Apple dot matrix printer? Parallel one?
Yes.
Okay.
Wait, it has a tape,
Yeah.
The tape's only for the inbound messages.
Yep.
which is what you want to record anyway, which is what you're trying to get back anyway.
No, I want the outbound. The
Oh, okay.
Hey,
Justin.
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 Hi,
hey.
Justin.
save us.
Hopefully you weren't there for like way too long.
I've been here for hours, Joe. No, just
Hi, Justin. How you doing?
no, I'm doing good. I actually had to do a few things down in my basement before I could join. For example, I've had a couple of these sitting downstairs for about 24 hours. So I wanted to get them plugged in and turned on.
What's that?
What are they?
This is a
Oh, okay.
Eve Energy.
Let's make you
It's
big.
it's a HomeKit compatible. Oh, wait a minute. I sound like I'm echoing. Let me double check that I don't have.
I think the
Sounds
tape
okay on my
mechanism's
end.
busted.
Sounds okay,
Okay,
on my
I'm
end.
probably fine. I'm driving on. Okay, so this is an Eve Energy. It's a HomeKit compatible smart plug and power meter. There's the back of the box. I bought 3 of them from Amazon Warehouse on Black Friday. They had an extra 20% off of the price, so I said, sure, why not?
And what is it
because-
supposed to do?
So,
Consume electricity and increase your bills.
Yeah.
Okay.
so actually, so what these are is they're smart plugs, so you can actually have Siri. Oh wait, maybe I shouldn't say that on a live stream.
Siri, buy 4,000 Oh wait,
Hey.
I think I have headphones on.
So you can control these with HomeKit to turn them on and off, but these ones in particular have an energy, a power meter in them, so they can actually tell you how much power what you have plugged in consumes.
ooh, that's cool.
Okay.
I've always wondered exactly how much it costs me to live stream, and the reason why I wonder that is because I've been using Polystreamer, to stream live streams. That's why I can't have guests, at least not the way StreamYard lets you do it. But Polystreamer charges you like $6.99 a month plus data usage. So, for example, I live streamed last night for 3.5 hours. That stream cost me $1.21 in data usage. So, that kind of got me curious of, okay, well, how much does it cost me to have my workbench plugged in? How much power is my workbench consuming was another question, because it's on the same circuit as a bunch of other stuff. So when I saw these,
what are you, a European? We Americans don't care about things such as like efficiency. What are you talking
about? Efficiency. Okay, efficiency is not my main question. It's how much power am I drawing? Because while I think I'm not overloading the circuit, I kind of would like to confirm that. So okay, these are cheap enough. Plus, it's nice to be able to turn certain things off remotely if I realize. I go up all the way upstairs and I realized, oh darn, I left something on that I probably shouldn't leave on overnight. My webcam's stupid.
I have a hint for you, Justin. If the lights are on, you're not overpowering the circuit.
And that's thanks.
Hey,
Thanks,
Justin,
Joe.
I got an X10 connector that hooks up to my Apple II, and then I can turn the lights on and off.
I got one of those too.
That is fabulous.
Comes on a 5.25-inch disc.
Oh wow,
Joe.
Oh, by the way, Adam, I don't know if you saw my comment, but I'm a glutton for punishment. Dead Apple II GSs, you could just send it to me, and I'll dispose of it properly. AKA, I'll try to fix it.
The joke is not as funny, Justin, when you explain it.
You're right.
I did not.
I'm trying to sell myself, Joe. Also, Joe, and he's not even looking.
Hey, I got the original. I'm OG.
Anyways, so I was trying to, because last night's stream I didn't have a chance to create a thumbnail, because actually, honestly, until sometime mid-afternoon yesterday, I was on the fence about streaming, and then I decided, I can stream. The videos I'm trying to edit can wait another evening, so I didn't create a thumbnail.
I've been saying that for 9 months.
and Maciac wasn't streaming, so it was a good filler.
It was good filler. I mean, I've realized there's certain streams you can't overstream, and that's one of them. But
like mine, never stream when I want to stream again. You have to know that in advance. No, I'm kidding. Go ahead.
I know. But anyways, so I guess for those of you that didn't see my stream last night, it was a December stream. I know I do like my Macs, but it is December. I had bought a lot of Pentium 2 processors on eBay that were untested. And
good night, Frank.
I wanted to test them, and actually, I discovered that 4 of the 5 processors in that lot were actually good, including luckily including the 400 megahertz one, which was the fastest one in the lot.
Ooh, baby.
I think that other one might have worked if that edge connector wasn't.
I know the one that didn't work, the edge connector had some pretty bad corrosion on 3 of the pins, and my theory is because the only capacitors inside the Pentium 3 cartridge or Pentium 2 cartridge are tantalums. I think someone probably tried to overclock and overvolt that one processor and drove too much. Yeah, fried it. Or possibly they had a bent pin in their slot and it was actually shorting or arcing. Or
bent pin in your slot.
Or their voltage regulator actually blew and was actually overvolting the processor majorly, and it was actually arcing on the pins because the corrosion what those 3 pins looked like was very suspicious. And I actually, if you watch my stream, you'll notice I destructively disassembled it to both show everyone what was in a Pentium 2, but to actually look to see what was going on with it. And given what I saw, I'm actually totally fine with what I did. It's not repairable because I think those pins are actually voltage pins. So that one was trash.
So,
But the
board
fact
was
is,
kinda
I still have 4 working Pentium 4s. My average cost per Pentium 4 is about $11, which if you look on eBay, if I was to try to go buy one on eBay, sure, I could probably get one for $11 plus shipping.
yes.
Whereas
So-
with this lot, I got it for average of $11 each
with shipping.
total with shipping.
So
So
you know what you do with that old CPU, right? You take a drill bit, you drill a hole in the corner, you put a nice steel grommet in it, you put a key ring on it, and you put your keys on it.
actually, I got a better idea. I'll drill a hole in it, put a nice grommet on it, open up an Etsy store, and I'll sell it as a designer artistic keychain
There you go.
for $22 plus shipping.
Oh, I was going to say $49.99. I mean, that stuff
Yeah.
goes.
Can
You
I
know
Thank
what
you,
you got.
Joe.
Keychain? This would be good in your pocket.
I will
Yeah, no, not so much.
I will pay for my entire eBay lot with the $49.99 plus shipping Etsy listing for a designer Pentium 2 keychain.
Yep.
And Jeremy,
And just sign
that is
it.
awesome. And,
And
I'll
just
sign
sign
it,
it.
yes.
Yeah.
So yes,
I'm an artist.
Justin, did
And-
you ever fix that Apple IIc you're working on? Sorry to change the subject real quick.
the keyboard's still trash, but everything else works on it.
Do you need this?
That actually might be useful, especially if it has the back reinforcing plate on it.
It's not. It's a non-Alps. It's a.
Yes, that would be useful to me because the keyboard in the Apple IIc I have is a non-Alps.
Yeah, I just
But
have
is that
to
not
keys off.
missing? Is that not missing keys though?
Yeah,
That
do you
doesn't. I have all the keycaps.
So I
Oh,
can-
okay.
If I pull all the keycaps off this, do you want just the switches and the board?
Yes, that would still
Okay.
help me.
Because the only thing that's useful for me on here is the caps.
Keep the
I love
caps.
this community.
Yeah, I can still use the rest even if you pull the keycaps
Okay,
off.
just so you know, the lockable switches on here are in a sad state, but all the other ones seem fine.
That still helps me.
Okay.
I think I can given the keyboard I have, I can
Yeah.
probably salvage enough lockable switches to fix one of the two. Probably actually desolder ones off mine to fix that one.
Dave, are you watching Hill Street Blues?
No, it's they finally caught up to
Sounds like
Dave.
it, huh? Yeah.
They finally caught up to Dave, and they're digging up his backyard right now and finding all the bodies. Is what's going
You're
on,
looking for the old lady you stole all the computers from.
right?
Yes.
Let's see here.
Oh, and there
Um,
comes more FBI agents as we speak.
Oh yeah, Adam. I think I did order. And if I didn't, I'll actually probably do it shortly. I ordered some of those Molex to Berg adapters off eBay, or not eBay, Amazon. I
Okay,
found
cool.
like a 4-pack.
How-
Also,
is that-
I did
is
get
that
some
better?
Figuring
adapters.
out what was broken.
What?
Also, I got some cool
Ooh.
adapters from Amazon, but the toggle switch I ordered for it doesn't fit the
Nice.
connectors.
Was it your ego, Steve?
Okay.
Yep, I got some of those.
I ordered
But-
that 5 1/4 to 3.5 34 pin thingamajiggy.
All right. Well, I hope that one works for you. I bought 2 of them. They worked for me. I actually need to order a couple more because.
Oh, I need to buy a GoTech.
Actually, if you're going to buy Gotex, I would recommend buying them from. Let me look up the eBay seller. They're actually another YouTuber.
Oh.
If you have something else, Adam, if you have something really cool you want to trade, I've got like 18,000 spare Gotex.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So what was the what
we
was
got
the
like
issue,
5 of them.
Steve?
but-
or
What's that?
trade with.
I'm waiting for Justin and Adam and Joe to stop talking.
Okay.
That's
That's
Steve
easy.
talk.
I can just kick them out, Steve. Just let me know, and they're gone.
So
Steve
the
go.
reason why it appeared to be going on and off is because this tape mechanism, there's something wonky with it, and it keeps like trying to rewind the tape too far, and I guess the motor is like shorting out or drawing too much power, and so the
It's
whole
tripping.
thing is turning on and off. But I can trick it to record the message, But what's interesting is it says, "Let me play back the message for you," and it rewinds the tape. So I'm thinking what it's doing is it's temporarily recording your message to the tape, and then it's going to transfer it to that chip or something. But it's failing to do that properly.
Interesting.
That's screwy.
Yeah, so here I'll move the camera closer just to explain my.
That's 114 pins soldered. Next,
Joe, are any of your Gotex black?
they're all black.
Okay.
Once you go black, you'll have
Go
black
tech.
plastic.
You go tech.
Uh,
Yeah, if you want to trade for something, I can do that. We'll have to figure out
I just
something.
have
you
to
need.
figure out what's worth the value of a GoTech that you got. So
Okay.
So, Steve, do you have another tape for that answering machine?
Oh, I have plenty of tapes. I think it's the mechanism though, because it's
I-
like trying to move, and it's.
I would try though another tape just to be safe.
There's nothing with the mechanism though of the tape that could be weird. Stupid freaking camera.
well, Steve,
never
do
know.
you have a pencil?
Yes, I know.
Yeah.
Try turning the tape and see if it turns.
I did, and it does.
Adam, I just put a link to an eBay seller in the chat.
Okay.
Actually, for anyone, the eBay seller John5 is actually, I think, the YouTuber like Retrotech Friends or something like that. And he sells Gotex that he's modified so that they're running flash floppy firmware, and he modifies them to add the speaker so that they'll like make a little sound when the track changes. So it kind of, it's actually a pretty good approximation of a floppy drive. I've bought a couple from him, but he's got the speaker on it. They've got the OLED screen already in them, the rotary knob already in them, flash floppy already on them. So
Yeah, mine aren't that fancy.
So if you want one that's like already upgraded and helps to support a YouTuber that's into Retrotech, John5 is the eBay seller, and I will double check which eBay channel they run because I think it's Retrotech Friends.
If you want one, see, and Adam, see if you want one that will support a Retrotech YouTuber that you know personally, whose shop you visited.
Oh.
No,
Sorry,
Joe, I don't want the super fancy thing with the big knob and all that garbage. I want to load an occasional disk image into a TRS-80 Model 4, so it doesn't have to be fancy.
Yeah.
But if I do put it in it, I want it to be black so it matches. So that's
But
it.
if anybody needs any model train stuff, he seems to have a lot of that as well.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah. Actually, not Retrotech Friends. It's Retro Friends. So.
Shape of water.
Steve,
Form of.
question, Steve. What have you tried on that little mini cassette? Take it out and flip it over. Does it do anything different when you do that?
No, it does the same thing. It's almost like the tape mechanism once in a while will just
It's bound
not
up.
retract. So I could turn it on. It does this little spinning check, but it's like
Oil.
it's turning, but none of the things turn, and then sometimes
Oil
it does.
can. Oil can.
Yeah. Not to drive people away from Joe, but Retro Friends is a smaller YouTube channel with only 2,500 subscribers.
How dare you,
So.
Justin?
I know. How dare I? How dare I name drop another small YouTube channel?
The thing is, I've got a Gotek that's been modified. That's
Am I even
inside
at
my Roland
5,000
sampler,
yet?
so I don't want to unmodify it. Try it. I just need a regular old 5 1/4 inch DOS style bit. So.
Oh wow! Look at that. We have picture in picture on Joe's screen.
Ooh.
Actually, the cool thing about the Gotex, Adam, if you have 5 1/4 inch disc images on them, they'll act like a 5 1/4 inch drive because I've actually put them in. I've actually configured them on some of my computers as a 3.5 inch high density drive, but had 5 1/4 inch high density images on them, and DOS worked just fine with them. It's like it didn't even care.
I'm not even sure what that drive in a TRS-80 is, but I'm pretty sure it's either
Single-sided double density.
Actually,
360K basically.
Actually, they're
360.
I think they're 180K on the TRS-80. I should get that video out because I actually just put 2 GoTechs from John 5 in my TRS-80 Model 4P to replace both floppy drives.
Okay.
I'm that's one of the videos I was kind of going to wait till January to do because I'm trying to get some December videos out. So maybe I'll try to get that one out early January. But
It's DOS. It's TR DOS.
It is TRS DOS. Anyways, I can actually tell you. Maybe I'll send you a private message. And I'll tell you what I did to configure them. It actually was pretty easy to get them to work with the TRS-80.
Okay.
Well,
I've got 2 real floppy drives in mine. I know the first drive works because the disk Joe gave me booted it. I have not been able to test the second drive, but I'm thinking I'll leave 1 real drive and 1 GoTech. But the thing I don't know is, can you boot from either drive?
No, you can't.
So I have to set up probably the GoTech as the primary, and then the real drive would be second. Okay.
And unlike IBM's, they use the actual drive selection jumper.
Okay.
So you have to set the little jumper on the back of the drive so it knows which one's drive 0 and 1, I believe.
Yeah, I think basically what I discovered, don't quote me because I'm not actually looking at my Model 4P, although it's like less than 10 feet away from me. The original cable actually doesn't have all the pins going to both drives.
Oh, it doesn't?
The original drives in the Model 4P, I think, they're jumpered to be either. So I think they have both jumper positions on. It's actually the way Tandy did it. It's more like cable select than the jumper on the drive determines it. Yeah, actually, Joe, on your Model 4P, pull the floppy drive cable next time you have it out and actually look at the connectors on the edge connector side of the floppy cable, and you'll notice there's different pins missing on both of them.
Well, I thought Radio Shack used the Shugart method rather than IBM
They did.
Yeah,
they did use the Shugart method, but
so they don't have there's no twist in the cable. It's done through.
Correct. Drive 1 in the Model 4P, the first drive would be jumpered as, I guess, 0 or is it 0 or 1, whichever the first drive position, and then the second drive is 1 or 2. I forget if they're 0 based or 1 based.
Dustin is correct. There are actual pins removed.
Yes.
From the connectors that go on the back of the floppies.
Joe actually had his open to quickly.
Oh, it's
confirm.
over here.
Yes.
It's been open for months.
Right, but if I want to,
I set it aside because I had other things to do.
If I want to put a GoTech in place of the primary drive, though, I would just plug it into that spot, right?
Yeah, but because of the way that GoTech works, if you want the GoTech to be in the first drive, you'll want to jumper it as the first drive, which I think is S0 or. Unfortunately, I'm not staring at a GoTech. I don't remember. Yeah, I think it's S0. And if you want to be the second drive, you want to jumper it as S1.
Okay.
Because of the way, because I actually looked at the schematic on the GoTech and realized you still only want to have 1 jumper on the drive select jumper on the GoTech.
Whoever said cleaning it is a genius.
And then load flash floppy. And I think in the config file for flash floppy, you just tell it interface is equal to Shugart.
Okay.
And then you'll you want to use the HFE file format for disk images.
Always
for TRS-80.
Well, I only have 1 disk, and it's a TRS-80 Model 3 disk, so I don't really care about that one. That was good to help me make sure the drive worked, but everything else I want to do on it, I'm probably going to do with just images that I'll download from the internet.
So you'll download them, and they'll probably be in DSK format for the TRS-80. So you'll need to actually download the GoTech disk image utility and convert them from DSK to HFE.
Okay.
And then they'll just work. Unfortunately, the flash floppy firmware, because of the number of different file formats they support, TRS-80s didn't make the cut for native supported images. So those you have to convert to HFE.
Okay.
But you convert them to HFE, they just work. It's the utility is pretty easy to use.
Yeah.
So
With those GoTex with Flash Floppy, I've had so many problems trying to get native formats to work, so I just generally just convert them.
that I'm going to put that in my video on the upgrade I did on the TRS-80. It's just that video is probably going to be in January, just because I've got a couple December videos.
Why are you here? Go finish the video.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
know.
How dare you?
I'm gonna probably just put the GoTech inside the machine once it all works, and then just run a USB extension out through the back or whatever, so I can switch to the USB stick.
Cool.
It's like here I am telling Justin to finish videos when again I've had one planned since freaking March.
Joe,
Don't tell
Even
Peter
Ju-
Piscarich he's
even
waiting for me to get that done
Justin-
so he can get his parts back.
even Justin needs a gentle push to get videos out, or sometimes a not so gentle push.
Hey, I
Yeah.
finally sent back Fitter's parts because he had loaned me a card to test, and it took me like 2 months to do it.
Oh, he
So-
he doesn't let me forget about the fact that I have his incredibly rare Apple III card right now.
Also, one other thing, and I'll probably have to open my TRS-80 to measure it. If you buy a standard 5 1/4 to 3.5 inch drive bay adapter to put the GoTech in to then mount in the TRS-80, apparently the TRS-80 was made before they standardized the floppy drive mounting screw positions.
Yeah.
So luckily I bought plastic brackets because I think I had to drill the holes like 5 millimeters
Oh, well, that's
forward
maximally extended.
of the
So,
ones that they finally
that.
standardized on.
Yeah, they're actually really similar to the Disc 2 mounting points because they're
Yes.
both Shugart based.
Yes, they are.
But I don't want to change the look of my machine. I want it to retain the 2 5 1/4s, whether they both work or not.
Oh, okay. Well, in mine, I decided that I'm keeping the drives so that I could put them in.
Yeah.
I can put them back in the future, but I decided to just go ahead and mount both GoTechs in place of the drives.
My other
And
idea
actu-
was to put a dead Shugart in there and then make the faceplate of it flip up and then have the GoTech hiding inside there.
Ooh, that would
that'd
be
be
really
cool.
cool too. So
I have a number of dead like generic Apple II drives. This one is a Solo. Come with me, Solo, and the Whoopie too. But it's just a Shugart drive in there, and
Yeah.
the faceplate. So and this one I don't know if it works, but I have a number of these that don't work, so I can make cool crap out of that.
What
So-
is this thing?
It's a part.
No. There's a little dealie here.
Oh wait, can you make Joe? Can you make
I'm
Steve
doing
big,
it
Joe?
now. Doing it. Can I make
It's this
big?
this little thingy, this blue thingy, and it
Yeah.
seems to control whether this goes up or down.
It's a relay.
It's
Or
a
solenoid.
solenoid.
It's technically
It's a solenoid.
Solenoid.
Is it
Solenoid,
is
yeah.
it supposed to stick or is it supposed
No.
to be loose?
No, it
That's
is not
part of the
supposed to
problem.
stick.
The green
how do I
thingy
fix it?
is moving towards the red thingy.
Replace it.
Fill it with oil. I don't know.
Lubricate it.
I said
If-
oil, not weird vegan man spits in machine again.
Wow.
You,
Unsubscribe.
you could take a Steve.
Hey,
Just,
I didn't say veganism was bad. I said you're weird and you're vegan.
just put some on a Q-tip.
Put a little bit in it. You don't want to over
Just,
lubricate it.
just literally a drop.
Oh,
Yeah.
I was gonna say there's a thing.
Not in your mouth.
There's a thing I've heard on a different channel about lube. You can never have too much lube, but that's
Yes.
for a whole different.
Trina, we know what you're talking about.
Does anyone,
That-
can anyone
Body
tell me
chart.
Trina,
what's
that's a
wrong?
whole different website. We don't talk about those things on YouTube.
Oh, Trina,
Tell me what's wrong with
you're
this
gonna
drive.
have so much fun at VCF.
Okay.
Whoa, ooh, Joe, is that a 68030 socket? Wow.
Yeah.
Do you guys see this floppy drive?
That's
Yeah.
probably
Just- Just
Can you
two,
tell me
yeah.
what's wrong with it?
no.
There's
cable.
nothing on the
Missing-
back.
It's
There you go.
missing the
It's missing the
cable.
cord.
Yeah.
Oh, there's
That's easy
there's
fix.
there's no connectors on the back of it.
Some evil miscreant stole the cable or cut it off.
But it
Yeah.
doesn't even look like there's a connector on the back.
Could be worse. It could be like this one. It doesn't
Yeah,
even have a
there's
label
supposed to
on
be
the
a
back.
ribbon cable coming out the back. Trina.
Oh,
Yeah.
the
Oh, okay.
sacrilege! Yeah, just throw that last one away.
That oil.
There's
didn't
no
come.
label on the back.
Hey, Javier.
Hey, Javier, how you doing?
Hey, Javier!
buddy.
Run away!
Welcome!
Run away!
Run away, yeah.
Well, you still can.
Yeah.
Hey, Javier, remember that 2C with all that yellow crud on the side? Look, I got it off.
Nice. It
Ooh,
looks
that
good.
looks really
Oh,
nice.
I hear a kitty purring. I think
This
that
one's
must
going
be
up for
Dave.
sale
Yeah,
tomorrow.
Reby. Reba
Comes
purring.
with 3 operating systems.
Toss the coochie
Ooh,
down the
nice.
left-hand side.
Yes, Reba.
Yeah, one of these days, Adam, I'm going to get one of your
Well, over
Apple II
the weather?
Pluses, but I know you have enough of them. I'm not worried that I can't swing it
I'm a
now.
little over the weather. Is that like under the weather too?
Justin, I do have a 2C that stumped me, so I don't know. That might be an option for you.
Oh, sure. I'm a glutton for punishment.
I'm gonna try one thing that Joe suggested on it, and if that doesn't work, then I might just send it to you. It might not be complete, but it'd
Sure.
be
So
a
the
starter.
saying is, Javier, the saying is, I'm under the weather if you have the flu.
Yep.
Oh, I'm sorry you're not feeling good, man.
Yeah, sorry.
No, he's
sorry
feeling
you're-
great because he's over the weather.
Yes, I would.
Maybe he's over the rainbow.
Stomach virus.
He's
Over
feeling
the
really,
moon.
I know.
really good.
There's
stomach
something
don't know,
there's
at
something
least.
going around in this area too. In
COVID.
fact,
yeah, there's a lot,
I
a lot of
we-
cooties
we-
out there. Yeah.
Stop
we
going
had-
out into public. Problem solved.
Stay inside of your
Yes,
basements
seriously.
forever.
I'll be
Yeah,
back.
we
on
had
that.
we had a
I don't-
contract.
I don't
had a
have a basement. So
Start
what
digging.
do I do?
Start digging.
Well, we
Just,
do have
get
a
a shovel,
basement.
Trina.
You,
We do
you
have a
people
basement.
above you.
No, actually, we're on the top floor.
Stay in the basement.
I don't have an
or-
answer for you. I was trying to make a joke where you're in somebody else's basement, but that didn't work, so I can't help you. Trina.
Yeah.
You keep saying we. Do you have a mouse in your pocket? What?
No, it's I have a roommate now. So.
Oh, okay. All right.
How,
Yeah, I
and,
was,
and they tolerate that. They tolerate your shenanigans.
They do tolerate
Yeah.
because I have 2 boxes of laptops that are sitting outside my bedroom door because I don't have room for them in here.
Oh.
There's like a thump, and they're like, Trina!
Yeah. They're like,
Yeah.
oh God, there she goes again.
Yeah, I was. Yeah, we had I had someone start today for some temporary work, and they started today instead of yesterday because they've got it's lingering effects of something that's going around that's not the big virus that everyone's afraid of, but
Yeah.
You know what's
Oh, there's-
helpful? If you put
they've
the,
been tested for that multiple times and have turned up negative. But so they're on.
Oh, you need your dry
they're
belt
on some
there, Steve?
antibiotics. So
the belt is fine, but you have to install it.
I'm not too worried to be working with them. I was actually
Right.
glad they started today because that helps me tremendously.
Well, my boss
but yeah.
actually came. My boss actually came by today, and we were talking about how to log sick days. And he was asking about because I was off Tuesday because I had got my COVID booster shot,
Oh,
and
yeah.
I was flat on my back Tuesday. Like I couldn't wake
Oh
up.
yeah.
I was out.
Whew.
Like just
Flat
shooting.
on your back, Trina. Again, this is not that website.
I made the mistake of getting my booster shot. Because I took a week off of work. I guess it was a month or two ago to get some work done. I made the mistake of scheduling my booster shot for the Monday of that week.
Oh no.
So I know I'm like I should have done it on a week I was working so that I could at least take it a sick day because I hardly ever take sick days. But anyway, so I got the shot at lunch.
Sick days. What are those?
And for about the first 12 hours, I
don't wanna
was
work, I just
I
don't
was
work.
okay. Things felt fine until like it was
Guys,
almost
don't feel
exactly 12 hours after I got the booster shot. It just suddenly hit me that I felt like junk.
Death. Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah.
And
So
I went to bed. I was feeling completely horrible. All my joints were aching. I was like,
Mhm.
why in the world? I was
Mom
actually thinking to
spaghetti.
myself, why did I do this on a vacation week? This was like the worst
the
mistake ever.
stupidest time. Yeah.
I got up like at like 8 or 9 a.m. and I still felt like junk until 12 hours after the symptoms hit. it's like they just like went away.
Cleared
It was
away,
like
yeah.
I had symptoms starting 12 hours after I got the booster shot, almost exactly, until 24 hours after I got the booster shot, almost exactly. And I mean, still after that 24 hours, I was still like feeling a little under the weather, but it was like from 12 to 24 hours, I was like not doing anything. I'm like, but it still
See,
kind of
we
threw off
can't
the rest of my week.
at work. We can't claim sick days until we're there for 3 months. So
Oh.
and he was showing me how to code sick days, and I'm like, and he said, "Well, why? What was wrong Tuesday?" And I said, "Well, I had my." They came by because,
What?
like, next to where we work in our office, they do COVID booster shots. So they came by about 4 o'clock Friday or Monday and said, "Hey, we have one booster shot left. Who needs a booster shot?" And I said, "Oh, I'll take it."
Yeah.
Right, so they wouldn't have to throw it out. It wouldn't go to waste. So I
It
said,
was
"I'll
at
take
this
it."
Did you get-
moment she realized she'd done something wrong.
Did
Oh,
you get
oh no, it was Tuesday morning when I tried to get out of bed, and I went, "What the hell?"
Yeah.
Like, I feel like death swarmed over. So anyway, but because we don't have any sick days, but we have a caveat at work where we can put in for COVID days. So I was able to put in for a COVID day, and yeah, still get paid for it. So woo.
Technically,
Well,
you were correct.
Technically
I was,
correct.
yeah. My boss supported it. He's like, yeah, no. He said, he sent me a link later on this afternoon saying, you need to fill this out. So I did.
So Javier, I'm not trying to dissuade you, but we're just kind of warning you that you might
Well, let's just
it
say
might
I
hit
did
you a
something
little
very
differently.
dumb. I got
Yeah.
my flu shot and my booster at the same time.
Oh, mistakes
Oh,
were
no.
made.
and I regretted it.
Okay.
I survived, but the left side of me hurt, and then the right side of me hurt. So
I at least did thanks to them when they scheduled the flu shot clinic at work. I had that the month before my COVID booster, because my general rule is I have a general time of the year when I prefer to get my flu shot, and when that time of the year hit, the work flu clinic happened before I just went to a pharmacy and got one. So luckily I had about a month before I realized, because I got the flu shot. They only do flu shot clinics at work. They don't do any other vaccinations. So once I got that separate from anything else, I waited a month before getting my COVID booster. Just because I think while they will do them at the same time, at least from what I read, it's like if they don't do it at the same time, you should probably wait a month before you get another vaccination of another type.
When they do it at work, do you still have to pay for it, or like is it free?
Luckily for certain vaccinations, and the flu shot is one of them, the insurance I get through work covers it 100%.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Because they when they do the flu shot clinic at work, they actually have an in-network provider come in to the office and do it. So it's
Justin,
in-network.
you're using terms she has no concept of.
Oh yeah. The unfortunate thing on like U.S. healthcare,
not all insurance is covered.
Yeah, I know.
Or like different hospitals don't take different insurances, but your insurance might cover certain medications. It's a nightmare.
Yes, for those of you not in the United States, my summary description would be: I am covered. My health care is covered by my employer. Part of my paycheck goes to cover my part of the insurance. There are providers that are in network, meaning they've agreed to take the in-network rates from my insurance provider. And then there are out-of-network providers that have no contractual agreement with my insurance company. Fortunately, my employer has they contract with an in-network provider to come in and do a flu shot clinic. So
Okay.
they'll bill our insurance, but because it's in network and my insurance covers flu shots as one of the 100% covered vaccinations,
Yeah.
if I do the flu shot at the clinic they do at work, I do have to give them my insurance information. They'll submit it to my insurance, but I pay nothing out of pocket because they're in network and flu shots are covered once a year.
In the
Or,
US,
or if you're at a certain age, they cover it twice a year. Because I
Justin,
know
do
Dave,
know,
Dave, are you at that age?
do you know what hurts worse than a COVID shot?
a tetanus booster shot, and
No.
I'm about due for another one.
A shingle shot.
Oh, I don't even want to imagine, but I'm still like,
When you hit 50, they highly recommend it. And let me tell you, working in the eye care profession, there's nothing more devastating than when somebody gets shingles in their eyes. I cannot tell you how many people have lost vision permanently in their eyes from that. So that scared me and the doctor to get ours done.
I didn't.
But it's
know.
a two-part. It's a two-part shot, and immediately after you get the shot, it felt like somebody just slammed your side of your arm with a hammer. I mean, it just like.
yeah.
And I felt like crap for about a half a day. Then after that, I was fine. And then 4 weeks later, you get the booster, and felt the same way again. Felt like you got somebody hit you in the hammer.
I didn't know you could get shingles in your eyes though.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, you can get it anywhere. It's nasty. It's awful.
Shingles.
Shingles
is
watching
the chickenpox virus. It infects your nerves.
Yeah.
Of all
And so
things,
it can get in your eyes. It can get in all types of weird places. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
of all
It's
things,
nasty stuff.
watching Steve work on his Molar Mac logic board reminded me that I am due for my tetanus booster shot, and I'm not looking forward to that because
System works.
10 years ago, when I got my last tetanus booster shot, my arm hurt where they injected it for like 3 weeks.
Oh, look, Tom Leach just said, I got shingles on my face, not in my eyes, but in my ears
Ooh.
to my jaw.
Yeah.
You don't want shingles. Get vaccinated.
Yeah,
Well,
it sucks.
and he
it's painful.
And he
as
said,
all
he
get out.
said as well. He continued. He said the nerves on my face are still growing back as we speak.
wow.
Oh.
It's awful.
Well, I have 8 years to go before I'm eligible for the shingles vaccination, but I will definitely get that when I am eligible.
Now we know how
Yeah.
old you are. Somebody dox him.
Right?
Oh,
I was just thinking that when he said I have 8 years ago. I'm like, oh, okay, I can do that.
Well,
Simple math.
It's a little over 8
He's
years.
what, 29?
Yeah.
Oh, wait, math. Sorry. Failed it.
Yeah.
High school. Got it. Moving on.
I have not given my exact age, but yes, I am a little over 8 years to go to when I hit the age when I'm eligible for the shingles.
Well, you've given a close enough age that we have a ballpark idea.
Tom Leach says he's
You all,
only
you all
45
will figure
and
it
he got
out because I'll probably do a special live stream somewhere around my 42nd birthday, just because it's the number 42 and I'm a big nerd.
You're not you a nerd? We would have never.
No, really?
Mister. Holy crap, Steve! You have that weird TI calculator dealie. I want it.
Steve, okay, I'm working on the channel surprise episode. The thing you sent me works great now that I actually have a calculator that has the correct interface for it.
Correct. Yeah.
And now I need an overhead projector to really show it off.
Oh, I have one, but I'm not shipping it.
Actually, the reason why I haven't bought an overhead projector is because I'm not paying shipping on one of those.
Yeah, I got it for free. It's brand new in the box.
So apparently Javier is only 24.
Jeremy, I believe you are definitely correct. I believe.
The best kind of correct.
In fact, I think I could mention a couple other YouTubers that are also approximately the same age, but
and then they'll all sue you.
But then I might be accused of
why
doxing,
you no
and
go?
that would be bad.
Okay, I got it.
So when my birthday this year, my friend put the he had got the
Gosh, darn it.
numbered candles, but he reversed them.
Oh,
And I
Oh,
was
yes.
like,
99.
yes, friends,
Yeah.
friends. Yeah.
99. Listen here, you young whippersnappers. Back in my day,
It was the first two numbers I could think of that were large enough that would be the same when you reversed it. Don't
Oh,
take
no,
it
no,
seriously. It was a joke.
but I wasn't taking it seriously at all. But no, my numbers when they reversed weren't the same, but they
Oh.
were, yeah. Oh,
Well, look, if it says anything, I realize that I only show the fact that I have a rubber ducky sitting on my desk when I have friends around. So
Rubber ducky, you're the one.
and I'm terribly sorry, Javier. I didn't mean to offend you
so I mean,
because
it-
apparently I upset him with my lack of trust that he's 24.
If you upset Javier, you've done something really bad.
Well, apparently
Javier is
my
like so
my-
easygoing.
my lack
I
of
mean,
Hi,
my lack
Javier.
of
You're in the chat. I'm not talking about you.
so I want you all to know
saying it.
this duck is actually one of the things I'm going to put on the shelves in my streaming in my YouTube studio.
Right.
This is actually a gift to me from our summer intern that we had this past summer.
We
It's
have
my
an echo.
It's my
Echo,
debugging duck.
Echo Duck.
So our intern gave this to me because he wrote me in the note he wrote me. He's like, everyone should have a debugging duck. So he gave me a debugging duck just like the one he has. So I realized it might look like a child's toy that you would have in the bathtub, but
Well,
this
who
is my debugging duck. It's
You
like
could-
one
you
of the
could use
special
whatever you
things I have.
But
So
but here's the
so-
question: do you use it in the tub when you take a bath?
no, I do not
Hey, everybody.
not?
Joe sent me a box full of pool
because I
noodles.
shower.
Holy
Anyways,
Adam,
So-
you've gotten really small.
so for all the little things that I plan on actually putting on my shelf at some point, which actually
noodles.
yes, Adam is opening a box from Joe and he's showing pool noodles. I actually have a pool noodle from Joe set aside. That's all-
Are you drunk, Justin?
yeah,
Yes.
I can't talk tonight. I actually have a pool
It is
noodle.
midnight.
Yeah, it's midnight. It's time. It's my bedtime.
Now I can bring the planes in.
I actually have a pool noodle that was in a box Joe sent me set aside that's also going on my shelf.
Aw.
So
You can
yes.
thank Javier for the pool noodles. He's the one who taught
Yeah.
me that.
So if you see pool noodles on my shelf, or just one, I'm just gonna put one on it. That's because it's one Joe sent me. And I think it's just awesome that you can use pool noodles to protect vintage computers.
Absolutely.
But
Mhm.
but the debugging duck is because our summer intern had the thought of thanking me for my mentorship and giving me an item that had meaning to him, although this is one he bought for me because he still has his debugging duck. So if you see this on my shelf, you now know the backstory.
Very cool.
Backstory's back.
Yes.
All right.
But
Who-
according to Javier, Steve has a debugging rabbit.
They like to debug things by chewing through the cables.
So, also, speaking of Steve, were you the one who said echo duck? That's impossible. Ducks quacks don't echo.
Well then,
They used the gentleman I got my flower power from Canada. He used pool noodles, and it kept it from getting all busted up. So yeah.
Pool. It's very important. It's pool noodles.
Yeah, pool noodles.
Poo noodles are a completely different thing.
After all,
And that is a totally different type of stream.
Yes.
yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I think Joe is like 3 for 3 for everything he's packaged in pool noodles. Because I think the monitor he sent me that failed after the first time I powered it up, one of the ICs failed. just from random.
Yeah.
It was just time to go. But as a spoiler, Adam, I did unbox the Apple IIe monitor board you sent me.
Yeah.
It looks like it arrived in good condition. So hopefully on Dave's stream on Sunday, I'm going to give it a try.
Cool. Funnily
I just,
enough, I have another one of those in this box right here that
Oh.
somebody sent me.
Oh, cool. But anyway, so I just had to get around to actually filming the unboxing because I had a stack of boxes to unbox. So I did that the other day. I'm still working on the video, but that board arrived in good condition, as well as, I guess, if anyone else has sent me something in the past couple months and I haven't admitted to opening it.
Now, Thomas, what are you
Everything
doing?
arrived in good condition.
Good.
Thomas, what are you doing watching the stream while you're at work? Tisk, tisk, tisk.
Hey,
As I
Joe
watched,
used.
who was it that I was watching the other day? Oh, Big Bad Biologist did a stream the other day, and I was watching him at work.
yeah.
This box that Joe used
Hey,
looks like a Bai Japan box to me.
It was. That's right. What my Omega 4000 came in. That's the closest thing I had that would fit that printer.
Oh,
good night,
have a good
Hav.
night. Yeah, have a good night.
Bye.
All right.
Glad you
All
could
right.
join us.
Now I just have to figure out how to put this thing together.
Hopefully the Geek Shot helps with his cold.
So, but yeah, that's
Bye, Javier.
yeah, but I unboxed everything. So yeah, Steve sent me it's a view screen for a TI calculator. So it's
that
pretty
thing,
cool.
yeah.
So I'm actually. I actually, for those of you all that don't realize it, I have a small collection of TI calculators. In fact, for those of you all thinking, no, Justin,
The
can't
small
have
is in scare quotes.
yeah, small is in air quotes. For those of you all thinking, no, Justin can't have a TI graphing calculator collection, there's one of them right there. There's another, at least 3 sitting under the Christmas card that Greg Krutke sent me. He and his
Dogs.
significant other. Yeah, I know. Yeah. Happy holidays. I thought this was actually.
Aww.
Oh, that's awesome.
So,
That's
Greg,
nice.
if you're out there lurking, I got your Christmas card today. I totally appreciate this. So, yes.
Cool.
To everybody who has my address and did not receive a Christmas card from me, don't worry, nobody did because I forgot to send them.
Yeah. But here's for anyone that's fact checking. Does Justin have a small?
Oh yeah, you have all those fact checkers that are just ruthlessly going after you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He lies constantly on his streams. We need proof.
There's another 3 of the TI graphing calculators there. There's also the one sitting on my new studio setup attached to the view screen because I need to take a B-roll shot of it. Plus the 2 that are downstairs because I had to clean battery corrosion off of them thanks to educators that left the darn batteries in them for years on end. Which they probably work. I think now that I've cleaned the corrosion off of them, I think they'll work perfectly fine because some of those older TI graphing calculators were built like a tank. And I'm pretty sure that I still have 1 or 2 floating around that, oh yeah, it's buried under something. I see it right now. So yes, how many Also,
Oh my God, that is
also,
hilarious.
if you have a graphing calculator from TI that I don't have, and you would like to donate it to the channel,
That's what I should try. That's what I should try to figure out. How to replace the splash screens on these working laptops with that picture, so that when people boot it up, instead of seeing Dell or Acer or whatever, it will just be that picture of Steve. That would be amazing.
actually, Trina, I am down on helping you do that because actually on some of those BIOSes, it's actually pretty easy to do that.
Oh, is it? Okay.
Yeah, it is.
Cool.
I have an update with this stupid thing, and then I'm going to leave
What is
you
my
all alone.
computer doing? What? Okay, never mind.
So,
So,
Oh, not necessarily the picture of you, Steve, but any picture in general.
Oh no,
It's
no! I'm
pretty
gonna use
easy
that.
to
I'm
do
gonna
it.
use that picture of Steve.
Yeah.
That's my plan.
Hey, Sean.
yeah.
Yep, we're still going.
so
So-
I'm going to give you an update on this, then I have to go. But
No.
figured out that if I lubed up the tape mechanism, it works fine now, which is good.
Well,
What it-
lube always helps with everything.
And what it does do, quiet, Trina. What it does do is when you record the message, it sends it in that buffer, and it sends it to the tape, and then it plays it back, and it must be recording it as it plays back, or whatever the heck it's doing. And it puts it to the tape first, and then it stores it somehow. But unfortunately, if you unplug it for 5 minutes, it forgets it was a recorded message. So I wasted
Oh.
$20 on this, and my hopes of recovering that thing are in the toilet. So yay!
Oh.
But at least now you know the answer.
So it has
So
the
it's not really
bubble,
wasted?
bubble type memory on it then, right?
It just is storing it temporarily, and then there's
Yeah.
no battery or anything.
Ah.
But at least it works. That's my joke.
Yeah.
Hey, Sean.
Hey,
Oh,
Sean.
and hi, Geek. It's funny. Just before Steve goes, so I received a message this week from Geek with Social Skills, asking about if I could send him a picture of the side of my Nabu PC box, showing the serial number, and I'm like, I don't have one, but thanks. I said I would send him. I can send him the serial numbers of plenty of other laptops I have. I didn't offer that, but I don't know. It was kind of funny. I was like, and he's like, but you're Canadian. You're supposed to have one. I'm like, no. See, but you're in Canada. That was that was his reply back to me. But you're in Canada, and I'm like, I never even heard of these until recently.
I have one,
See, it's funny. All the Americans have one.
and my serial number's lower than his. Haha. Joe has one too.
Yeah. Did you send him a picture of your serial number?
Yes.
So I got a very short DIN.
He was
5 cable.
confused because I accidentally sent a picture of something else that was in my phone that nobody should see. But we resolved that and we settled out of court.
That was for your OnlyFans.
And now I have no fans.
Well,
But was he a Patreon supporter? That's what I want to know.
Not anymore.
Yeah, right. He's like,
This
I'm
isn't what
out of
I'm
here.
paying for.
well, Steve, before you leave our stream, my TI graphing calculator has a special message, assuming my webcam will focus. Come on.
It's washed out.
Bye, Steve.
Yeah, it's what. Bye, Steve.
Okay, I see
okay.
it. Yeah.
Oh, there we go.
So glad you could join us for the stream.
Steve, you want me to send
We're
you this?
muted, Steve.
You're
Yeah.
gonna regret that, Justin, because I'm gonna find like 20 TI calculators in my basement. I'm gonna send them to you.
And I will cherish and enjoy. And
Wait, did
probably
Steve
have
just
to-
say he's going to be able to find something in his basement? Wait, what?
There's the modifier of if or when.
Okay.
Yeah, so,
Okay.
so are we going to start a poll now?
Yes.
I know
Yes.
3 of them are in the upstairs.
And guess what? If you win, I will send you a free button with that picture.
I'm getting the hell out of here before anybody makes
I'll give you a
this.
free
Steve?
plant.
Steve, I have a madness, and it's TI graphing calculators. And if you feed that madness, I have no one to blame but myself.
Good. I can blame somebody else on something. So. You're all crazy and goofy, and I love you. I'll see you later.
Love you as well, Steve.
Bye, Steve.
Bye.
Steve.
Same joke.
Yeah.
Because fun
Oh,
fact,
he's gone. Okay.
I wonder if I should use these pool noodles when I send that box to Steve.
Yes.
about these graphing
Oh, yeah.
calculators, they are powered by some of our favorite vintage processors, like the Z80 and the 68,000.
I have a Z80 and a 6502 in my Apple IIc.
Yeah. I mean, how much cooler can you get than these graphing calculators using those same processors? Maybe at a faster
how bad
clock
can
rate.
that be?
Yeah, how bad can that be?
What? I'll take the Naboo and put it in this case.
There you go.
Sweet.
Naboo, Shazbot.
The Naboo is built like a tank, though. It's like all metal construction.
Yeah, you were showing off. You had opened up the box of them a while back.
I showed one of the adapters on the
Yeah.
screen. The thing is like solid steel.
Sean, actually, I believe MSX, at least MSX, has 16K of video RAM.
Yeah, so does
I
the
think
Naboo.
it might be MSX2 that has more. Because
I swear I saw somebody running some sort of an emulator. I saw a video of somebody was doing some sort of emulator recently where they got it running MSX games somehow.
they might
games,
have.
but not the OS.
The TMS 9918 video chip that is part of the MSX standard and would also be the one in the Naboo only supports 16K of RAM. It's the same chip that's in the TI-99-4A.
Somebody got Donkey Kong running on it, and it's the same version that's on MSX and on the ColecoVision.
Yeah, I'm not surprised that it's easy to get some MSX software running. Because
it's not explicitly dependent on something special in the MSX BIOS. You can wrap those calls by literally copying out of the BIOS and just bundling it into the application.
Yeah.
Somebody has CPM running on it too, but that requires a floppy drive.
So, I mean, there are some MSX cartridges that are going to have mappers.
Yes,
that
Blue SCSI on Naboo. That's all I gotta say.
Some MSX games on cartridges might have mappers that might be really dependent on the MSX architecture, because there's also a mapper chip in an MSX computer that's going to be able to remap the ROMs and the RAM that would otherwise be in conflicting address space. But short of that, it doesn't surprise me you can get MSX software.
I mean, the machine is so close to an MSX. Nothing. Bodge wires. With enough bodge wires, you can solve any problem.
The other thing is, if you can get the stuff going that they're working on to boot to a floppy, you can then load up a bunch of crap in memory.
Exactly.
Without having any ROM.
I mean, if you think about it, it wasn't at I think the SpectraVision 328. There was actually a ROM cartridge available for it that gave it MSX compatibility, and I believe
just shreds you say.
What's his name?
Ow! That was hot.
So
That's hot metal.
When I bought mine, I thought it was gonna. I never thought anybody would get anything running on it this quick. I just was like, hey, look, it's got all these RAM chips that I could steal and use in other computers, and all the key switches on it are the same key switches as the 2E. So I was like, oh, spare 2E key switches, and they're even black. That would be cool. But then, like a week later, it's like, oh, look, we got it all working. I'm like, oh, okay, it's a $60 computer that actually is going to work.
So I see where Geek with Social Skills said that he got a Naboo Telnet client working. Just need to clean it up a bit, then release it into the wild so we can connect to BBSs with the Naboo.
They've got two-way communications working, which is amazing, because originally it was one way.
And I'm feeling bad because I didn't buy a Naboo so I could buy stuff for December.
I didn't buy Naboo because I don't have the room.
Oh,
I have to put my.
I don't have room either. It's just back there.
Together. I think I'm gonna put this up on Dave's stream on Sunday after I work on my monitor.
Says the guy that posted a few days ago on his Discord, should I buy a pick and place machine?
Yeah, well, that's different.
Well, you got rid of a 3D printer.
Don't challenge me. It just is.
I tried to convince him at work the other day that we needed there was a classic arcade, and I forget which it was, but it was a full cabinet machine for like $4,000. And I told my boss, I'm like, we need this when we're stressed out.
Speaking of that, there actually is an arcade cabinet that if someone were to donate to the channel, they would probably get permanent like channel supporter status. Because I would love to have a Gauntlet Dark Legacy cabinet.
I want an original
But
Star Wars
those hardly-
arcade machine with
Yeah.
a Vector CRT in it.
Oh, that'd be cool too. But that's like my favorite game. I mean, those cabinets that are the actual Gauntlet Dark Legacy cabinet show up so rarely that you'd probably get like you'd be in my credits forever basically if you gave me one.
Geek with Special Skills is telling me to zone out the pins when I make the cable. Yeah, I've got this sort of generic weird VCF repile. I think it's just a MIDI cable, so I'll have to tone it out to make the serial cord out of it. But it's got the connector on both ends, so I could actually make two of them if I want.
Well,
Cool.
I probably will pick up a Naboo unit when they go back on sale, assuming I can
Well,
swing
are they
it.
gonna? I don't
Yeah,
know.
he got inundated, is what it was.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah,
it's one guy and his wife going through all this old hardware.
he had it listed.
kicked
He was
out.
like, I think the problem was he had it listed. He's probably just selling one occasionally, and then he got the Adrian's Digital Basement treatment.
Yeah, he got slash dotted by Adrian.
Yeah, I like.
Yeah, slash got it. That's funny.
Yeah, he got slash dotted, but the eBay equivalent. So, I mean, luckily Christmas is coming soon, so I
Take a
suspect.
look at the guy's account. Yeah, it
So,
took a while for me to get mine too. After I bought it, it took a couple weeks until he got to it, and he had stopped listing them by then.
So,
It says the
Yeah.
seller has relisted this item, and they. Oh no, it's sold now. Wait, it says this one has been relisted.
2
2 to
The
3
the
2 to
listing
3
was
weeks.
ended. The seller says it's no longer available.
Oh, it looks like it'll resume sales soon in about a couple weeks.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he'll have some more available. Maybe in 2 or 3 weeks. So.
yeah, he had
So-
over 1,000 of them, and he only sold 700. So there's some, but I'm curious if he's going to raise the price or if he's going to sell all of them right now.
I'm kind of wondering if maybe he's waiting for the beginning of the year, and then
Yeah.
maybe.
Yeah, I mean, he could be tied up with holiday stuff, right?
Yeah.
Family stuff and things like that.
And I'm kind of suspecting he might, if he sells them, list them again. I suspect he's probably going to list them at like a fixed quantity at a time to make sure he doesn't get inundated again.
Yeah, the auction I bid on, there was something like 300 available, and it was like everybody went buy.
And it wouldn't surprise me
Oh.
if he raises the price too. But hopefully he doesn't like outprice the actual people that want to use it and enjoy it.
I
But
wonder if
Well,
we'll
he
see.
might not raise the price because he just might want to get rid of them too.
That's also
right?
Like
true,
it's a
yes.
3D printer.
You know,
so I mean, the price he had them set at was definitely fair. I mean, he honestly, hopefully he's not watching to. He could have probably charged a little bit more, and it probably still would have been a fair price. But
Yeah,
That-
well, I thought it was a good deal just for the components that were useful in it. The key switches, the RAM chips, like the video RAM is the same RAM that's in an Apple II Plus. Switches are same as a 2E or actually an early Mac. So there was a lot of good parts there, and so that's why I first bought it. And then it was like, oh, you can make it go, and I'm like, okay, fine, I won't tear it apart.
well, I guess the reason I didn't buy one initially is because I didn't think that the Naboo network would ever be recreated. And I guess the direction I'm trying to angle my channel is to explore things as they were, not as the modern recreation. But it turns out it seems like the original Naboo network designers actually had a lot of the software stashed away in their closet to say, oh, you're working on being able to reuse these. Here's what we had on the network. So turns out I can actually, if I buy one, I can actually explore it as it was. So now I kind of actually want one. So
I got all my cameras working.
Yay!
I see that.
wow, look at that. Oh, wait, Joe.
You're missing one.
Retro Techie would say you're missing one. Where's your
Yeah.
laundry cam?
There we go.
Okay, Joe, switch back quick. We don't want to give Retro Techie the suggestion that
Oh,
it's
he's in
easy.
he's in bed by now.
And that's true.
Because he's
Yeah.
an old man.
All right, Retro Techie, if you're watching the replay, you missed it. Sorry.
Yeah,
Sorry, not sorry.
shouldn't have gone to bed.
I know.
This whole sleeping thing's taking up too much of his time.
Yeah, there you go, Joe. I was about to say you should make that view just like Adam has the little screen on the one of the computers in his background.
Yeah.
You should make the laundry cam.
What I can do is I can just paint that screen green and then use chroma key. So it'll be behind me instead of in front of me, right?
I mean, you
So
don't
if I
need to-
do this, my right hand will go in front of it.
Well, actually, what you could do that might be a little safer for that computer, just get some cardboard that's the right color and cut it out and like gaffer's tape it on so you don't paint it.
I don't have to paint mine green.
Just, like stick that over top of it.
Yeah, there you go. That'll work.
Yeah. It reminds me. Javier was playing around one night with me with OBS to try to figure out some stuff, and he accidentally turned on chroma key, and his Hawkintosh just disappeared out of existence. It's like, well,
Because the cool thing about that, Joe, is then when Retro Techie says, "Joe, I want to see your laundry cam," you just point to that monitor and say,
it's just back there, buddy.
"What? Yeah, it's back there, buddy."
There's your green screen right there.
Yeah.
Is Javier's got a green CRT also?
I think it does. Yes.
Okay, cool.
Well, I'm going to take off because it is well past my bedtime.
Aw.
Usually I'm in bed by like 9:30. So, hey, I'm up till 12:30. But I did take a nap when I got home for about an hour. So
All right,
I
Trina.
got
Yeah.
some. I got
Night,
some.
Trina.
Have a good night, all. And I will message you. So, really interesting side note. I get to work this morning and I see an email and I'm like, oh, okay, whatever. Got my coffee, sit down at my desk, and it's money from Justin. And I'm like,
Honey.
what the heck? So I messaged him off. I'm like, is this for the power supply I linked last night? And he's like, yes. I'm like, okay. I thought so. but
Yeah, yes.
I wanted to double check.
Totally fine, Trina. I didn't realize how your store actually worked. So, yeah.
Yeah, no, that's,
basically,
yeah.
this morning, I got an email from an eBay seller that I'd bought something from apologizing that they were going to package the item up and they realized it was damaged and had to refund my money. So
Oh,
I
no.
at least give them credit for realizing that it got damaged while they had it in storage and being honest and refunding it.
Yeah.
So I will.
Yeah.
I hold nothing against them for at least being honest.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
But yeah, I'm gonna get
I'll give them another try next time. But when they refunded the money, I'm like, instead of trying to find this item again, Trina had this really good deal on a power supply, so I'm just gonna go ahead and get it. So that's why you just
Yeah,
randomly got money this morning. So I'm glad you double checked on it, Trina. Yep. And
Yeah, no problem. Love
I
it.
will-
Love it.
I will enjoy having a vintage period correct
It doesn't
power
work that
supply
way, but
for my
Oh.
Pentium 2.
Yeah, no, I just, I don't really crank my prices up because I don't see the point in it. Like
Yeah.
usually when I'm pricing something, if I haven't sold it in the past, I'll actually go to eBay and check what people have sold them for to kind of get an average price, and then I kind of go middle of the road with it, or sometimes a little lower, depending. Anyway, on that note, have a good night, all. Thanks for the invite,
Night,
Joe.
Trina.
It's been a blast. Bye. See you guys.
Bye,
Night,
Trina.
Trina.
No, Trina. Bye-bye.
All right.
What is this?
You should, Joe, you should put some fancy LED lights over your shipping station.
yeah, I know, right?
Yeah.
And then I add a scene called Face Cam for Shop Cam because then I can do special stuff. because
Actually-
I filter to the scene.
I just saw Joe's LED bright, and it did remind me that. So on the shelves that I set up, I just randomly put some stuff on them, and the Apple LED bright that I have, excuse me, the
There you go.
fruit LED bright that I have is one of the things.
That way, it doesn't do it there, but it does do it on that one.
Oh, there you go. Oh, very good. Oh, yeah.
And now I'm in front of it, like it's just back there.
That's
Womp womp.
hilarious. Yeah.
Hey, Joe, I will play the part of Retro Techie real quick to help you practice.
Okay,
Joe, I want to see your shipping station. Show us your
showing it.
shipping station.
it's on the screen right now. What are you talking about? It's back there to the portal. You don't see it back there? Right there. Stop complaining.
Oh, you forgot one line, Joe.
What?
The line, and no, you can't have it.
No, you can't.
I was going to say that.
Inside there, right?
That's great, Joe. That's pretty awesome.
Oh, I know. Oh, watch this. I know how to do it. Watch this stuff. Watch. Oh, watch. Joe has ideas.
Oh no.
It just needs
Joe
to be
has-
green, right? So all I
Yeah.
need to do is print a sheet of green paper. So I just need to go
Yeah.
into here. Into-
Joe, is that a color monitor on that thing?
yeah,
Just
it's green.
display-
Can't you tell?
Just have it display green.
Yeah, there. Well, that would require me to have power over there and turn it on and stuff. So,
Yeah.
Oh.
so we just do this.
Jeremy just put in the chat, Retro Techie would demand a refund. And my immediate thought was the usual legal disclaimer in the US about maximum refund is limited to the amount you paid. And since Retro Techie has paid you $0, then sure, Retro Techie, you can have your refund of $0.
Yeah.
Oh.
Hi, Eric.
Hey, Eric.
Good night, Eric.
Good night, Eric.
Yeah. I'm gonna print this out, and then when I get this set up, I'll be done.
See you Sunday if you can make it.
See you Sunday, meaning tomorrow. Technically, well, for
Technically.
me, for half of us.
For some of you.
And here's the trick too. So now it looks like we've got like a whole bunch of different people on here because of all this camera layout I did.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
right.
I know. I'm looking at your bench cam, and that's just so tempting for the LC computer sitting on my new setup. I'm like, wow, I could really soup up an LC with one of those.
Nice.
But then I'd have to remove the 2E card from it.
It really does. And it's more than just doubling the clock speed. It's also it increases the bus size because it's
Oh, it
got the
does?
better CPU on it,
Mm.
Oh, that's right.
at least internally. So it runs better. It's just it scores like 2.4 times faster or something like that. It's more than twice speed improvement. Makes the LC actually usable, or the LC2, I should say. My LC2 turns into like an SE30 basically, and it's just like,
wow.
hey, look, and it's color SE30. So
Take
See,
my
my-
money.
Am I Quadra 700
Once we
running
get
Donkey
out
Kong?
of, yeah. Once we're out of December, take my money.
but you got to play with the chroma so that your hand works in front of it. You see?
Yeah. Well, that's
See?
a Quadra 700. I could run it just showing green and then chroma it.
Oh yeah. There you go.
You
So
know,
right now
there,
it's just running Apple II output from the capture
Okay, so
device.
does this work? Aha! It does.
Uh,
actually,
Look at
I have a quart of paint somewhere in the house where I actually did the research and figured out that there is a color.
Bye,
There is a color
All right,
of paint.
Sean. Talk to you later, buddy.
Sean.
Have a good
There
one.
is a
Sean.
color of paint, Night Sean, that you could actually ask for at Home Depot, and it is so close to chroma key green that you'd actually be amazed that it's not called chroma key green.
Well,
It's like
Since
it's
we
some
do analog studio production, we could actually sort of dial in the actual color that you had. Like we could use like blue or other colors too.
Oh, this color
Yeah.
is so scarily close to the actual legitimate chroma key green that it would probably, well, actually, it might not surprise you that Home Depot at one point had a
Oh.
Disney color collection. Yeah.
The green on my
Yeah.
my Apple II is bleeding through on my
Whoops.
Apple.
Home Depot with the Bear paint line used to have a Disney color collection. Even though they don't advertise it, all those colors are still in their system. I don't remember what the color is, but there was a green color that was in that collection of colors, presumably from Toy Story or something like that, that is so close to chroma key green that if you paint this color and put an actual chroma key green screen beside it, it's hard to tell the difference. Someday I may look the color up and post it. But I actually bought a quart from Home Depot, and I have to agree, it is like you can't tell a difference, at least with your eyes. And it's probably I think it's close enough that if you actually set it up as a green screen, you won't have to even tweak the colors. It'll just work. But I've been too afraid to paint it to anything like more than
Jeremy's
just a sample
vintage.
color.
Key
Would
out
it be
my.
possible to use a 9-inch color CRT as a replacement part in a classic Mac? And a black and
No.
white Mac? No.
Won't fit.
All right. Well, I'll be back in a
Beyond
moment.
it won't fit. There's just so much that's different between the two.
The face will fit, but the rest it's too deep. There's no such thing as this color CRT 9-inch. That's shallow enough to fit in that shell. I tried. Trust me. I could do it if I had like a big bulge at the back of the like the SE or the color.
Okay,
Classic,
somebody cut
whatever.
that of Adam saying something about having a big bulge.
Nah. I hide behind my green icicles.
There you go. Pool noodles. There you go.
What?
Pool noodles, check it and see. I got a fever of 103.
Maybe I'll figure out how to put this printer together and print something.
Yeah, the 3S, the S1 Pro is actually quite easy to put together. It's like 5 bolts and it goes.
Yeah.
Although
could
I
probably-
may have forgotten to include one of the original hex wrenches, so you may need to like supply your own hex wrench.
I have lots of wrenches. I got some of this PLA stuff.
Yes, PLA is the,
Okay.
in my
Nice.
opinion,
The platinum color there. Yeah.
Yeah. But the platinum
Cool.
stuff that was on Amazon.
Cool.
I need to get some other colors too for regular old other junk. I don't want to waste all this on everything.
Cool. Well,
Something.
I'm gonna head out, guys. I need to post my stream here for Sunday
yes.
and get all that stuff going.
Cool.
And then, like I said, if you can email Will that link.
Yep. Once you send it out, I'll get it over to him.
Awesome, yeah. Because I guess he's going to go to Florida for a while, and so he'll be there for part of it, and because he's going to be packing, going up to Florida, to his house up there.
Dave, what time are you starting Sunday?
8 Pacific, be 11 Eastern a.m.
11 Eastern. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
I have to clear off my table because I want to work on a 12-inch RGB monitor.
Cool. Yeah, I'm eager to crack those boxes open. Check it out. So, yeah. So,
Yeah, you'll find out what's in there. It's not an answering machine.
no tape in it.
No tape.
There you go.
Awesome. I'm excited.
Oh, see, he got it all good.
Cool.
It's the laundry cam.
Yeah. Oh, that's
funny.
That's awesome, Joe.
Yep. Boom.
You know what he's going to say? No, I want to see the other one. So,
The other one? Okay.
yeah,
There. Shut up.
Yeah.
it's black. There you go.
Yeah, I like that keyboard you got there.
So, all right, guys, I'm gonna let you go. Have a
All
great
right.
evening.
Bye,
I
Dave!
got
Bye,
I got to
Dave.
go to work tomorrow morning myself. So,
Oh,
should
no,
probably-
sorry.
yeah.
I should probably think about going soon too.
All right. Oh, cool. Yeah.
That's
Great.
weird.
That's pretty neat. Yeah. All right.
Should probably
bye.
use like bright fuchsia. Bye, Dave. And then there were 3, and it will
Yeah.
soon be 0.
Yeah.
Probably adjust this chroma key a little bit so that it's like filters.
I mean, you could adjust the chroma key till it's everything but that monitor, but that'd be silly.
Like, look. If you look carefully, like right here is something like that's right there. You see it? It's a logic board. There's a PCB sticking up back there.
Doesn't my the card that I sent you also have a little green on it? Although maybe not too bright.
What the hell was that?
Wait, Joe, that had a certain je ne sais quoi about it. It was kind of almost like the movie Pleasantville.
Sure.
Oh, did you not see that movie?
Enemas. We need more enemas. Oh no, that was The Road to Wellville. Completely different movie.
Oh yeah, different movie. No, Pleasantville started out as this movie that was in black and white, as like this idyllic community, and then I guess modern ideals started to creep in. So as you watch the movie, certain things started to appear in color.
Well,
Until by the end of the movie,
TV
the
show,
whole
they got-
town's color.
They got transported into an old black and white TV show. Then
Yeah,
they
yeah,
affected.
basically, yeah, exactly.
It was kind of like a 20-year-old version of WandaVision.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Just try this W drive again because I can't leave it alone, and I've decided it's dead now.
It's probably dead.
I have a floppy emu though that has
What is that
no
color?
case, and it works
That
fine.
color is exactly
That's
this color right here. So I can get it.
Oh.
I can get this like down to the nth exact here. Custom select color. That. How? Why similarity? Can
yes.
almost get it.
And you know, for anyone still watching, for just $1 a month, you can join Joe's Patreon and you can see shenanigans like
can wait
this
for that.
all the time on Joe's Discord.
Yeah.
Like it's constant.
Totally constant.
Is there a different way to do
Thought
this?
I'd try to say plug your
Color key?
Patreon while you were playing with the chroma key colors.
Color key.
Chroma
Custom
key.
color.
Oh, and that's not on my clipboard.
Okay, so what does that do? It just removes it, is what it does. Okay.
What?
I broke it! Mama! Ooh! I broke the freaking thing!
So now when I look at
Okay.
YouTube, my whole thing seems to just be Nabu videos.
Okay. And Joe just proved that yes, there's always a song in the back of his head.
Close enough.
Just like I think this morning someone posted something and I replied with a gif of the Welcome to the Jungle song. And Joe replies back, there's always a song going in my
Yeah.
head.
Yes.
I might have briefly changed the track that was playing to Welcome to the Jungle, but
Welcome to the jungle! It gets worse here every day! It's nice to live like an animal! In the jungle where we play? I don't remember the exact.
well, your memory's better than mine on that song. The only thing I can remember on that song is Welcome to the Jungle. So for $1 a month on Joe's Patreon, I'm sure one of
Yes.
us probably has the link fairly.
It's
close
right above
by.
my head.
Yes, it's
Or
right
it
above
was.
Joe's head. You can
There, I'll
join
reset
Joe's
there. I reset the
Patreon.
scroller. It's above my
Yes.
head, right there.
You can join Joe's Patreon for $1 a month. You'll get access to Joe's Discord, where you will be welcomed to the jungle. But we also do talk about tech. So
my fear is that when this goes off the screen, I'm going to blink out of existence. I don't know what Adam's doing. He's taking pictures of me being.
Yeah.
I was looking at my list of things I'm a Patreon of, and I'm a member of Joe's Computer Museum, Eric's Edge, Dave's Vintage Apple Tech Runs Computer Videos, Justin D. Morgan, Geek with Social Skills, and Mac 84.
You can also check Joe out on his web store, jcm1.com. That's going across the top of the screen.
-1.com.
jcm1-1.com. Don't forget that dash.
Yeah, it's important.
Yes.
We if you forget that dash, we do not warrant what you might find at all. jcm1-1.com for all of your geek
Very
needs.
important update. I have a new patron. Eric's Edge is now a patron of Joe.
Yay!
So
Welcome,
thank you, Eric,
Eric.
and welcome to the craziness.
Hey,
I think
Joe,
he was
did you know
already
that
in the Discord, but that's fine. There are a few people who are just
jcm1.com
in
is available. It's only $2,895.
there. Yeah.
Just hurry. One person has this in their cart.
Let me see.
Oh,
How
man.
many? Let's see. I think Joe has to sell only like
Calculating.
10,000 blue scuzzies.
No.
and- yeah.
Dude. Blue
Hey,
Scuzzies.
I sold a monitor for $1,000 yesterday, so anything's possible.
Although if
Telling you, man.
2,000 of you all or so buy the some of his shirts, he might be able to register that domain too.
Hey, all I have to say is you can go to jcm-1.com and get one of these. So, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't have a Patreon, but you can go buy this Apple IIc from me on Facebook tomorrow for only $500.
It looks beautiful.
Well, it has a CPM card in it, which is why I'm going to price it high.
Oh,
Yep.
wow. That actually sounds like a good deal.
$1 million. No, okay. All right. Well, I'm going to go ahead and call it. It is 1
right.
o'clock. Thank you all
yeah.
for stopping by and hanging out. Thank you to Justin and Adam and Dave and Steve and who
Trina.
else was here? Trina was here. Is that everybody who stopped by? Sodium was here earlier as well.
And Sodium, yes.
Thank
Yeah,
you
at the
to
beginning.
all the awesome people here who stopped by tonight. Drake, who just now got here. Sorry, Drake, we're just closing. But you can go back. You can go back and watch your shenanigans for the past 4 hours.
Yeah.
Yes.
But Drake, Tom, Jeremy, Geek with Social Skills, Sean, Eric, Justin, of course, in the chats. I'm just scrolling back here and thinking here, Thomas Armstrong, Javier, scrolling.
And Tom Leach.
Yes, Tom Leach, Frank S, Ian Hanshin, and Retro Fox was here earlier. Dana Sabero was here earlier. DOS Fox, Francois Rivel was here. So thank you to all these awesome people who stopped by to hang out tonight. It was super fun. We did a whole bunch of nothing, got up to a whole bunch of shenanigans, and it was the thing. So remember, hit the like button. It tells YouTube that you like my content, and it'll start showing my videos to people who like other content that you like. So that helps spread the word, and we get more friends to join these crazy little parties. Remember, you can go to Patreon for Joe's Computer Museum for as little as $1 a month. You get to actually hang out with me in these live streams sometimes. You can also go to jcm-1.com and pick up things like t-shirts and blue scuzzies and replacement keyboard encoders that both Adam and Justin have bought and can vouch that they frigging work.
Yes, they do.
And if you want to follow my crazy shenanigans when I'm not streaming, you can follow me on the Doodle Museum of Joe at oldlights.org. Yes, and like see this thing that Adam got from me, this wonderful RGB adapter for your Apple III. So lots of cool things you can go. So thank you all for hanging out. And we will see you all next time.